Welcome back to the Scope. We've got our very first, I suppose it's focusing on the NRL. This is the NRL preview. We're going to go through all the teams. So I've got the experts in. We've got the bloke in a bar, aka Denan Kemp.
What's going on?
We've got Granddaddy Big Brother Maitua. What's happening? Then we've got Jamie, aka Luke Scope, from behind the camera.
Made an appearance on
Jamie 2.0.
Yeah, I just thought I'd point out 472 first grade games between us. We're doing alright.
Yeah, you've come a long way, mate. You've got a couple of, you're on camera with Ice, and now you're on camera with the Scope.
Nah, I'll be trying to bring a bit of fan perspective to it. So if I think of something worth for the fans, here I am.
Yeah,
who are you the biggest fan of? Normie, Ice?
Oh, I've been honest since I got rushed, so Ice for sure.
Oh, wow.
They gave him a job, bro. They gave him a fucking job.
Wow. Bro, he was like Ice for sure, and then he looked into his eyes. He looked deep into his eyes for sure, and there was a microphone right there.
It's definitely Normie, isn't it? Like, you're a parent.
Yeah, it was Normie back when he was at the Eels. Yeah, he did his best work at the Parramatta Eels.
That's right, blue and yellow colours. So.
Oh, it's debatable.
Yeah.
Best work.
He's doing well at the Dragons. He's doing well at the Dragons.
Broncos,
Yes.
2010, debut, man of the match. Corey Norman, eat your heart out. Let's go.
No good. We've got the bloke in the bar here. Why not? Let's crack open a few beers while we do this.
Don't know. Tell me, Joyce.
A couple of Britneys, how good?
No job, run. Oh!
That's why you're there.
That's
That's why you're there.
I won't ever see you bag a player again.
Jesus. Don't open the yellow.
Better throw, surely.
Oh, wow. Having to go at the NRL player. Oh, fucking hell. He's bagging an NRL last pass. He just dropped the ball.
Anything else to drink?
Jesus, I'm ready.
He is a fan, bro.
Jeez, that goes down well, Kevin. You've done a good job of that, mate.
You know what? Quick little ad. Quick little fucking ad.
Yeah,
no, the dude that we sat down to do the recipe with, he's one of the best young brewers in the country. So, like, it's created by, it's like Caleb Ponga creating an outside back play. But this guy's a gun, done all the speeches and everything at the big festivals. So we didn't take any kind of like, we'll just wing it, see how we go. We got the best guys we could get to get it done.
Yeah, beautiful. That's going down a treat. That'll be good. We'll probably polish up 2 or 3 of those by the end of this episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down every team. Got the big league out here. We'll go through about 5 or 10 minutes on each team, their chances, what we think we need to improve on. We're going to start with the Broncos. Right at home for you, Kempy. Anything that stands out for you going into the season for them?
Well, it's the year of the ambush. It's always the year of the ambush with the Broncos with me. I get shit on the line because last year I kept saying they would lose and I would say it's the year of the ambush and you never know what's coming, and it just never seemed to come. It's still there though. That's the thing with an ambush, you never know when it's coming. If you knew when it's coming, it's not a fucking ambush anymore, is it?
They got ambushed in Parramatta in the finals last year.
No, but it's all mind games because we knew we'd lose by a lot, so that coming into this season, we surprised everyone.
So maybe a reverse gamble.
Yeah, we're in everyone's head. We're in everyone's head. Everyone thinks that we lost by fucking 50 whatever, but really we're going to get that 50 back by winning the premiership in 2020.
Easy.
So I think the biggest thing to look at for Broncos is their forward pack's incredible with the young guys that were coming through. They're one of the youngest sides in the comp. I think it's the 3rd youngest side on average. The biggest key that could be great or could be bad is their spine. So you've got Turpin hasn't played with Croft in the NRL. Croft hasn't played with Milford, and Bird hasn't played with any of those guys at the same time. He's just becoming a fullback. So if they can click and create this crazy spine, they could be anything. They could take the world by storm. But at the same time, if usually it takes a while to click, I'd say wait until the middle part of the year to get a real gauge on where the Broncos are at. Don't. I mean, it's footy. You need to be putting results on the board. But at the same time, 3rd youngest side in the comp with Penrith being the youngest. I'd say be patient. They've got the youth, but now it's about putting it together. It's not like he has another year to say we've got the youth. Because in 2021, if you're not putting results together, then that youth thing is nonsense. But I think they definitely have what it takes. It's just about how can we click it all together.
Yeah. I think, Kevy, you're one of the first to let us know that potentially Jack Bird's going to be playing fullback. What do you think of that, Ren? How do you see Jack Bird filling in at fullback? And I think we've got Asako was chucked in here at one point, and Darius Boyd's in that team. What do you think of the decision, Jack Bird? He must be having a big pre-season.
Well, we all like Jack Bird as a player, and obviously it's good to see him back in the team. We spoke off air about Jack Bird, and I've heard whispers that he has had a big off-season, so I prefer him at centre. I think if he's coming back from a major injury, I'd like him out wide and not be on the ball as much. I mean, there's a huge responsibility to play fullback, as you know, most every fullback knows. You know, you've got to be on the ball when it comes to attack, defensive structures, patterns, etc. It's a lot of expectation for someone that's had a few major injuries. I'd put him in centre, make sure he's conditioned to the game before I'd put him in that fullback position, because Jermaine Osako can cover that fullback position. But to talk about their spine, it's like the reverse of the Melbourne Storm, which we'll talk about later, is that someone like Melbourne, you build a team around their spine. The team's built around, at the moment, you've got the team built around an inexperienced spine. So if these guys in the spine can, I mean, do their job and do it well, you've got so much strike around that park. I mean, you look at Fafita, Payne Haas, Alex Glenn's always had
How impressive is that when you just look at the
Dubs,
names?
Oates, Katani Staggs. I mean, everything's built around a top 4 side if the spine can
That's another thing,
job
sorry to drop you out. Matt Lodge, he's out for another probably 6 months.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a huge loss. But in saying that, Carrigan on the weekend came out, he was captain, and they reckon that he might be the next captain of the Broncos, and killed it. 165 metres, 8 tackle breaks, line breaks, all that kind of stuff. But
you know what I liked in camp when I went up and spent a little bit of time with the New Zealand Wallabies is that Jordan Riki. Jordan, he did really well in that game, mate. He's an impressive young kid. I think it's going to be a tough team a tough pack to break into. There's obviously an opportunity now with Lodge. Are they a frustrating team as a fan, Lukey, looking at sort of the names that they've got and sort of not being able to put it together? Even when Milford sort of first went there a couple of years ago, and what's your take on them?
Yeah, it's definitely just youthful. So like a lot of the fans, there's all this expectation on these young guys to have a crack. So it'd be interesting to see how they do turn up. Like as players, guys, you've got big Payne Haas running at you. What's going through your mind if he's running at you?
I dodged the bullet. I only played against
put him in the third row.
David dare run that sweet line out the back of I'll judge it for you. How good. Plenty of good stuff on the Broncos then. Let's move on. Canberra Raiders, last year's grand finalists. Geez, the roster's still there. It's impressive. He's kept, majority. BJ's moved on. Caesar's gone over to the Super League. I like George Williams. What's your thoughts on their Raiders?
I think they'll be thereabouts. You know what Ricky Stewart's like. I mean, he'll have that team. He's like all the big coaches within the NRL. If you're not willing to stand up and play on that day, you're not going to have a spot. Look, I don't know if they've got the strike or that X factor to win a premiership, but they're definitely top 4 side. And what I like about the Raiders is they play a little bit unconventional like most teams. They'll play to a structure. They play an aggressive defence, but when you got someone like Whitehead, Bateman, they create a bit of second phase play. It rattles teams. As soon as they start to offload, and it's controlled offloads, it's good offloaders. There's a lot of players within teams that aren't great offloaders. So to rattle sides in today's competition and is to get away from that structured football, play a little bit of ad lib, and that's definitely what the Raiders have. And Jack Whiten, he's a makeshift 5'8". And I love the way, when you're a makeshift 5'8", you don't play. You play at one tempo. You get the ball in your hands. You're sprinting into the line. You're trying to put people through gaps. Now you can see the tempo slow down. You can see what's in front of him. He improved his kicking game. He's only going to be better off with another year at 5'8". I think he's a powerhouse. He's a machine. They'll be top 4 for me.
You see it the same way, Kempy, or anything to add to that?
I think the hardest thing is obviously Williams coming over. Sam Williams is actually there.
Sam Williams is still there, yeah.
Sam Williams is still there, so George Williams. So I've watched a bit of George Williams. The tough thing is he is essentially a ball running half. He could even play fullback. If you've watched a bit of him, you'd see that. Now, the hardest thing is if you've got 2 ball runners, which obviously Whiten and Williams are, if they can't click, everything's going to struggle. It's kind of like when Austin and Caesar were struggling to click.
Yeah.
They were struggling to see who runs the team, who makes a call. Austin was a bit of a ball runner, but he also liked to steer the team around. So if Williams comes in and clicks, absolutely, they can be a top 4 side. They've lost Bateman. He won't be back around till round 8. So if they can just pick up their first 3 or 4 games, they'll be in good stead. Bateman was incredible last year. He averaged over 50 fantasy points per game. His tackles, his tackle breaks, very unconventional. Just constantly, I listen to fans a lot and they're like, oh, he didn't make the most metres. But people don't understand, if you're bouncing across the field breaking tackles, that is a nightmare for defence. Because you've got to stay up in the fucking line. So if I bounce across the field, break 4 tackles, then get my front, quick play the ball, it's actually better than someone just goes into the line, gets 8 metres, finds his front, because everyone's still up.
You don't have to move around if you're on that B, C defender.
And that's the thing about Bateman is that unconventional style of play. Like as an edge defender, if I see the other fucking back row skipping across towards me, and I've got to do extra work, I fucking probably sit here on the ground. You know, you make a defence. So at training, as you know, hey Lukey, like when you only defend, sorry brother, you defend set pieces. Yeah, there you go. You defend set pieces, right? So it'll be 3 tackles, and then you'll get someone do an offload, and the coach will blow and go, "Fuck, we're practicing that one play."
Yeah, I just lost the mic then. Are we still going?
The powerful man.
Jesus. I was getting into a point there.
Sorry, bro.
He's in the flow. He's in the carnival.
Go back
flow.
to the training part.
He's in the carnival flow. Only a mindset you can get in where you're in the fucking carnival.
See, I have a
flow.
little bit of sugar.
So we just cut out a little bit there, but you'll go back to. Sorry, here we go. So we just got let's start again.
Yeah.
We accidentally got cut out there, but Ren, get back to your point.
No,
You're
we're talking about Bateman and his unconventional style of play, and he keeps defensive lines honest, because if he's skipping back across towards you, you got to stay up in that line. You miss out on that 2 or 3 seconds where you think you can get a breather. And what most teams do, or every team does, is that they'll practice set pieces defensively. So it'll be 3 plays. All right, stop the play. We've got that run right. We'll go back. As soon as there's something unconventional or someone does an offload, automatically in your mind you're thinking, for fuck's sake, we didn't practice fucking offloads at training. And that's where teams go out the window. I thought the Roosters came a little bit unstuck with every team comes up.
Well, they beat Melbourne twice
with an offload,
and Melbourne's the most structured side in the competition.
Yeah.
Who was the team that used to beat Melbourne all the time when they're the grouse? The Warriors. Warriors by playing that style of footy used to fucking
absolute nightmare. Even when I was at the Warriors, we drew with them, and that's saying something because I was fucking terrible.
Where do you find that? Where do you find the balance?
Don't worry, we all bluffed our way through some parts of our career.
Where do you find the balance, right? Because everything's about possession and high percentage. Completion rates, etc. Where do you find the balance? Do you offload and think we'll just chance our arm and back our defence?
Well, I thought Raiders.
Do we compete?
I thought Raiders' defence was so good last year. I mean, you even saw in the Rabbitohs game in the semi-finals, their defence won them that game absolutely. And so I think that's what Ricky's plan is. Basically, like, look, I'm going to make my defence so fucking good that we can afford that error here or there. But
it's when you know you've got a good side, when you can trust your defence.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think just summarising them up, like playing against a couple of those guys, especially now, I do my best work in the Super League.
I was about to say that you do your best work in the Super League. Have you come up against Williams?
Yeah, I've come up against these boys back in the day, Georgie Williams and John Bateman. One thing about them is, and I'll say this about George, he's relentless. He'll keep attacking like Bateman does, so he'll keep coming at the line. And if they're going to back, like you said, with Sticky, even going back to his Cronulla days and the Roosters days, where he would happily win a game 10-0, 10-6 or whatever. These guys are just going to keep attacking you. They're going to keep coming at you. My only query is with George Williams and Jack Whiten is they're both ball runners, like we've mentioned, and I would like to see George Williams play outside a guy like Keary or obviously everyone would love to. Yeah, Townsend would be perfect. It's just a guy that's nice and rock solid because he's a sort of off the cuff, likes to play a short side. You know what? Really good on the short side. He's a bit like he can play that. You know how Fozzie plays if you get it from a tram line. Tram line is like, from 20 metres in, you're going down that scrum line, you've got 4-on-4 down the short side. Something like that. He can rip a team apart because he can get to A, and if the A over, because what happens, because he takes off so quick, the A tries to overcompensate, bang, he comes off his left foot. He does it really well. So
I'd say he'd probably have and this is just quickly off the top of my head, he'd probably have the best footwork and speed off the mark outside maybe Moses in the NRL comp. He's nearly a fullback. That's how good he is on his feet and quick. And he's stocky too, He's quite stocky and strong.
Yeah, he's really hard. Got good core strength, very hard to bring down. Plenty of good stuff on the Raiders there. Let's move on to your old team, the Dogs. The Dogs of War, Randaddy.
Yeah, I'm backing them for a big year, Hos.
Yeah.
I think they can definitely be a top 8 side. When we went back for an Old Boys Day, maybe last year or the year before. No, it would have been last year. No, it could have been the year before. Anyway, we're walking around Belmore and we walked past the Melbourne. They had a game back at Belmore and we walked past the Storm and I couldn't believe believe how fucking big the Storm were.
Oh, bro.
I was just like, but you take Sofa Solomon out of the side, they were all fucking huge. And I looked across at the Dogs pack and I thought, they're just kids. And they still are kids.
Yeah, they are.
Now, I went in back there with Mace a few weeks back, and it's amazing what a year and a pre-season can do, because they look strong, they look fit, they look big, and they look hungry. And going off the back of what they did last year,
they're coming home strong, weren't they?
Came home strong. They lost their DNA a little bit. We won't get into the previous administration at the club, but they've got a bit of an identity now, and the identity of the Dogs is defence and hard work. There's one thing you don't want to do ever at the Dogs is let your teammate down, and that's what they were doing defensively. They're another side that's happy to win by 2 points, by 1 point, by 6 points. They'll scrape a win. They put 8 games together last year. So, look, they definitely don't have the squad that you look at and go, wow, that's a team that's got strike everywhere. But they're a hard-working bunch, and when you've got trust within your side and you've had a good back end of the season, I think they'll take it into to this year. So they've added a few guys. Joe Stimson, Sione Qatar. He's a good buy for the hooker position.
Is that the hooker from Penrith?
From Penrith,
Come over,
yeah. They've filled some good spots. We talked about our man Corey Hawawera Nara.
Yeah,
Young
Corey. No, I don't want to get that wrong. I'm supposed to be Māori.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was about.
Corey Harawira Naira.
Bro, I sat there for 5 minutes on my podcast trying to get it and embarrassed
I love
the
Corey,
fucking
man.
shit out of myself.
Hey, I tell you what, there are a couple of boys that are like sons of YKTR in a way, mate. They're always rocking the gear. Is
Best
Corey
haka
and
ever.
Dell.
Best
mate.
haka
Oh,
Bro,
Best
bro,
haka I've ever
mate,
seen.
I was saying, I messaged him, I said, bro, me and my mate have been looking forward to your haka all fucking week. Because obviously I'm not Kiwi, but it arouses me. Let's just put it that way. I'm ready to fucking go after that fucking haka. I am ready to fucking go. I love it.
Yeah,
So-
remember when we were talking about the haka?
Yeah.
When I was on your pod as well, and I was just, once I seen that, I remember I was watching them practice it just in a little team room in the hotel, and I'm just going, holy shit, this is going to be unreal.
Well, remember when the All Blacks used to do it as a kid? Just everything would shut down.
Yeah.
I've got no Kiwi in me either, but
Yeah.
TV on, like TV
Absolutely.
full blast, everyone sit down and go, oh, how good's this? And then you'd sing the national anthem when the Wallabies would
I said to Corey, I was like, bro,
But
like,
now it's watching him.
I was like, bro, how do you have the con for that? That's like MAS, the amount of huckers you be doing. Like, when you go on that skits, I'll be fatigued. I'll be like, coach me off, take me off, coach. I don't have 10 in me. I need to fucking get me lactic acid build down and me cardio back, because he goes fucking hard. Like, mate, I absolutely like. I think that's one of those like universal things where it doesn't matter what culture you are. There's this kind of like primal exchange of like, as an Aussie, I love seeing it because it's like, we're on here, we're on here. So, I fucking love it.
You know, love it is when I was playing over the Catalans, we were talking about the haka and New Zealand Māoris just from Corey, but living in France, they love it over there.
Oh yeah,
They love the All Blacks, and they love getting on doing the haka. So,
Well, tell me another.
It was very impressive.
Like another kind of thing done in sport that transcends sport, culture, everything in any sport.
No.
Do you know what I mean? There's nothing. What do you reckon, Licky?
No.
You'd look crazy doing haka, bro. I would not fuck with you.
Oh, here we go. I wouldn't even start.
the happy haka. The happy haka.
What about cousin Dale? How's he going to go?
Yeah, I'm impressed by Dell. Spent a little bit of time in the camp with the boys as well. He speaks really way better than what I just sort of sat in on captain's run meeting that they had before they went out, and we spoke about this before we come on air. I was very impressed by him.
He was, in my opinion, he was arguably the best mid-bye season last year, maybe even the bye of the season. Again, this is just off the top of the head. But
Blake is up there as well?
I still think like Walker was fantastic. Blake was fantastic.
Yeah, I think you're
but
right.
the energy he brought to the Dogs, that's when they went on their run.
8 games,
Yeah.
And he was the energy, like people don't understand, your fullback, if he doesn't come back hard, or at least trying to break the line, or forwards go.
Well, how do you feel?
He
if you're
wants
a
to
forward
hurt
and you
people.
see a fullback coming back into the line
He
like
wants
that?
to hurt people,
He was the
mate.
first kid I bumped into when I went back there a few weeks ago, and I'd never met him. I'd only played against him, and I couldn't believe how humbling and respectful and nice he was. I don't expect that. I'm just a fan as
But
well.
he's a bit of a C on the field, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got
When you play against him, he
heavy
goes hard,
strength,
pushes you in the face, and
heavy M strength.
and then off the field, he's as humble as they come. Yeah.
Man, I was pumped. So I think they'll have a big season. There's no expectation, I hope. And Foz looks good.
Yeah.
Foz looks really good. He's in a good headspace. Had a
Yeah.
good chat to him. He feels like he's been around forever, eh? Like,
So
honestly,
but he's out
29.
for most of the year, though, isn't he?
I
No,
think
I
he's,
reckon
I
he'll
think he's
come back by
planning to
about
get back.
12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he's
12,
planning
right,
on
eh?
May, June.
Wow, holy shit! I thought initially wasn't it fucking boom season out initially.
Well, when
That's what all the
shoulder
papers and whatnot were
reconstruction,
saying at
6 to
least.
9 months.
So they reckon maybe around 10, 11, 12.
Well,
That would be huge,
I don't want to give anything
building
away.
this.
Sorry, DP.
If they can hang in there for a bit, get Fozzie back.
Yeah, surely he's
depending on-
motivating a few
Is that
of
a
them around the
scope
sheds as
scoop?
well.
That was a scope skirt.
Scope scoops.
Oh, it's not a scope special, definitely.
No, you just got to pay attention. There's little scope scoops all the time. When I actually get the pressure of doing scope special, that's when I probably don't do my best work.
we do it about 7 takes. So
All right, boys, Cronulla Sharks. No Paul Gallen for what? First time in 15, 20 years or
It
something.
was about 100 to be honest.
Where do all those meters, where do all those tackles come from? Who's the man?
They've got a good guy, Jack Williams. They've got big raps on him.
Yeah.
They've got Magoulias as well.
he's waiting for that.
Billy Magoulias. If that isn't a fuck, like if I don't hear Ray Warren saying, "Oh, Billy Magoulias down the sideline," bro, are you kidding me? So he's got. The good thing is they got two guns pushing. So Billy Magoulias was a key person in winning the New South Wales Cup and the national comp.
Yeah.
He was a key player in that. I'm pretty sure he set up to try to win it. But Jack Williams, he's bloat smoky for one, shredded out of his mind, love it.
Yeah.
But also they've got huge raps on him, and he can get through a lot of work.
Do all the listeners know about Bloke? You want to
Best looking of all time. Best looking of all time football club.
I'm pretty sure.
He goes, what's Bloke?
No, I know Bloke, but just
checking.
probably all the Scope fans are listening.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Anyway,
I thought, to be honest, as a franchise, I thought most people would know us, but obviously not. So it's best looking of all time football club, and we are announcing our squad next week. So stay tuned for that.
Grouse.
It will be hotly debated. Don't worry, the boys get right behind it.
Surely Reni Scope would have made the veterans team.
I'm trying to think. You might have made the vets.
Over 35.
Yeah,
Mate,
everything.
well, Craig, the Masters side. But yeah, so Jack Williams, that he gets through a lot of work, similar-ish build. Like he's not like tall and huge, or he's not like a Corey Harawira-Naira that is like going to be a mad ball player offloader. But he's going to get through a fucking ton of work, and I think that will help a lot. I think the key for the Sharkies is making sure Wade Graham is fit. Backline's incredible, but making sure they contain the discontentment there because they have so many crazy good players there. Make sure Sean Johnson fires, but there's a lot of ifs with the Sharks, but in saying that, if those questions are answered, they are a top 4 side easily.
Bronson Sherritt. Chad Townsend, how much has he come along
Mate,
in the last
gun.
few years?
Absolute
You know what
gun.
I mean? He really controls. Where did he start off at?
You know what?
He was at the Sharks, went to Warriors, came back to the Sharks. Won a
So he
premiership
was always
first
like
year.
a bit of a toiler in and out of first grade. He was a kind of a filling guy. He's the key to that side.
I'm not worried about Chad one bit.
No, I'm not worried
me.
about him either.
I know he's
There's
going
a
to.
lot
I
of
know
stuff going
what. I know what
outside
he's
that club.
capable of.
But
He won Player of the Year
the
last
way
year for the
he's matured as a half and understanding of the game. And I spoke to Daniel Holdsworth, who does a bit of coaching at the Sharks as well, and he's a real student of the game.
Yep.
He wants to learn.
Yep.
And he wants to improve. It's everything that goes on around that outside of Chad. We've got big raps on Nakora. Obviously,
Massive
Jesse
raps on
Ramian
Nakora.
going back there. Look, they've got the talent there. It's whether or not they'll put it together.
They've had a few injuries, haven't they? They've got obviously Kingy Moylan. He's Cook. He's
Moyes
Clark.
is sweet. No, Moyes is going to be good to go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he just got rested.
That's another scoops.
Yeah,
It's another scope scoop. Scooping with scope.
And Brayley
scooping
too.
up the loose balls.
Brayley,
Let's go.
yeah.
Brayley. Like he had a couple of games at the back.
Be interesting to see if he can go 80 though. Now Magoulias apparently. I just want to say it. He has nothing to do with the conversation. No, I think he can. He can jump in. He can jump in at 9. I'm pretty sure. But the question with Blake is he's got a bit of flair. He's quick. He's very young. So the 80 minutes will be a big question. But yes, like with the Moylan should be sweet. Now Dugan, Morris. That's going to be interesting to see how that pans out because you've got Katoa and Mudalino.
Yeah.
That are both really good young guns. So the Sharks are going to have to find some way to keep them at the club. Yep. But we've all seen it so many times. A young gun isn't getting a shot because there's this like crazy veteran in front of him, gets offered a decent and a starting spot somewhere else, they just bounce straight away.
It'll be tough for the coach to drop someone with that. There's so much experience
Oh,
in
mate.
that back line. Imagine trying to tell J-Moz or
Dukes.
Dukes.
Was one of
or
their best
Matty
backs
Moore,
last year.
like
Yeah.
Sean Johnson that you sit in reserve grade.
Mate.
There's a lot of experienced.
Bomber Morris is
People.
still pretty
He's fairly young.
pretty young and not
Bit of a
fairly
smoky too, bloke smoking.
Yeah, he'd
Good guy.
make the Masters team, surely. Bomber Morris.
I would have him in the last.
So
you know, here's a
questions
smoky.
and answers for the Sharks.
Hamlin Ueli. I honestly reckon that he could be something special this year. I watched him last year. Reminded me of a young Andrew Fafita.
yeah,
Good rap.
He,
massive, yeah.
He was really impressive last year. Did some really very mobile for a big fella. Very fit for a big fella. Reminded me of young Fafita. Now, obviously, I'm not saying he's as good as Fafita. What I'm saying is, you can see look in a game and
There
you
are
go,
traits.
There are traits that you can kind of see. So I reckon keep your eye on him because he might go all right.
Andrew, did he have a down year last year? Because I was away, so
I think his meters were down, but his tackle breaks were still solid.
He had a few injuries. Didn't he?
Yeah,
He carried
yeah.
a knee injury and
I mean, it definitely wasn't his best year.
yeah,
But I don't think
because he's got a high standard.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of expectations on a guy like him. Yeah,
2016 grand final.
yeah,
they don't win
unreal.
it without him.
Yeah.
Not even close. He is on his day one of the most damaging front rowers you've ever seen.
Yep.
You put him on his day. You put him in the same category as Lazarus, and all those boys on his day, in my opinion.
Circle those ones up.
Yeah, those are my two keys. I just circled Andrew Fafita and Wade Graham. They're the leaders of the pack.
Yep.
yeah.
Everything else rolls off them two. Like you said, when they went on that run, those two were very impressive there. Going to take over the leadership role in the pack from Gallen, even though they would have been a part of it as well. Wade's been captain.
Co-captain.
But
He said on the
still-
pod he was the most co-captain player of all time.
Mate, I know you guys said it before, but how good is Nakora?
Oh.
Fuck me dead. Shots, lines, quick.
Is he a bloke
agile.
smoking? Nicori?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a given. Come on, boys.
Do you know?
Have a look at those eyes.
Do you know
Like,
while I was up in Multi
did.
Camp, they someone called me. Yeah, they did.
They
Ice
what?
doesn't believe me.
They what?
Someone confused me for Britain, Nakora.
That is an out and out lie.
That is not a lie.
It's uncanny.
No, it's not a lie. And I said, thank you very much, and I went on about my day.
It's on.
I was stoked. That made me day. Gold Coast Titans, Justin Holbrook over from St Helens. Where do we start with them? I've got a big rap on Justin Holbrook. You know
Yeah.
Justin Holbrook a little bit, Ren.
Show my age a bit. He was, but I played with Titsy Holbrook. Slower than a wet week, but very, very intelligent footballer, intelligent half. When he went over, I know he went to a strong club in St Helens, but you seen what he did there. And St Helens are a strong club. And
No, but they weren't going well. They'd been struggling for about 18 months.
So, when they started doing well, I just knew straight away. I thought back to 2003 when we played together. It's the intelligence of the half, and he's a good bloke.
Yep.
He's someone you want to be around. He's got good energy, so he's obviously getting his point across to his players in the same manner.
Timmy manner.
He's only Timmy, but him going to the Gold Coast, it was like, oh, do you really want that? Your first job in the NRL, taking on something like the Titans, but I've got him not as a scope. Special.
Scoop.
Scoop.
Oh, you want a special?
I'm
You're
gonna-
gonna-
Scooping with scope.
Absolutely. I think they can maybe make the 8. And someone like, look, we all, that's a big call, actually. I'll retract
Are
that.
you sure? Straight away.
That has been officially retracted.
I've got him at 11. I think, I rate Holbrook as well. I had a conversation, nearly was close to trying to get to Saints in 7-18 before I went to the Cats. So
Did they mistake you for Nakora then? Or?
that
What about Ash
I
Taylor?
wish I probably would have got the gig if I was Nick
Yeah,
Guerra,
he's under some pressure, eh?
Yeah,
Ash?
yeah, he's only real young. Look at his date of birth.
24, I think. I think
He's
it's
only a
24.
young kid. He's copped a lot over the years. But what do you reckon for his season this year?
Yeah,
Over to you, Kempy.
yeah. What do you reckon, Kempy? It's from sort of from
This is my
up your
hometown,
way.
boys.
Yeah.
This is my hometown. I think, look, coming from the Gold Coast, the biggest issue, and this is just from my own personal experience, so when I came through, I was obviously coming from soccer. I hadn't played, but the Titans were just coming into the comp. They missed Darius Boyd, Steve Michaels, myself. So the problem with the Titans is their junior system when they started was shocking. Like they would literally all the Kebra, PBC, these are all Gold Coast schools.
Yep.
And yet Broncos would just bomb North Carolina, tag him. And so that's why, they recruited really well at the start, Preston Campbell, Scotty Prince, all that kind of stuff, Luke Bailey. So that kind of covered their problems because they were able to, like, new club, everyone, the fanfare, let's get all the big players here. And then once they lost those big players, they didn't have that junior base because, I mean, even like Fafita, Gold Coast. I mean, there's a guy, Xavier Savage, he's like the fastest, one of the fastest in the country. He's at the Raiders. Like, they keep missing these, and I understand that it's a chicken or the egg argument of the fact that, you know, they're not going well, so a lot of players don't go there. But Luke Keary was playing for the Burleigh Bears and the Titans didn't want him. Luke fucking Keary, 3 premierships at 2 different clubs, and he's 27 years old. You know what I mean? So, like, the biggest issue for the Titans yesteryear was they missed out on all these guns in their own. Like, Gold Coast is not a big fucking area. It's fucking tiny compared to, like, Sydney and that. And so we're seeing over the last few years the damages that's caused. I mean, I don't know if I had a meeting with them, but we kind of spoke to the Titans or whatever. And, like, I was a young guy, like, that they were I didn't really know anything about footy, so they could have easily, you know, offered me something. I didn't even get an offer from them. Whereas I was getting an offer from the Broncos, and so it's just an example of, like, they've really missed a lot of talent coming through.
Is it a money issue or is it a development? Like, do they have?
I just think they had no roots. Yeah, they didn't have. They just had no roots. Like, you got to remember, Broncos are 25 years old now. 25 years of success. They got the strongest people all throughout that junior system. Even Canberra, like all of these other clubs, they got these roots all permeating throughout the junior footy. Now, I think that this year for the Titans, it's about making sure that they can kind of build a legacy. Like, just get like AJ Brimson is fucking mad, great player, made the Nines and the Junior Kangaroos. Jai Arrow is honestly one of the best players in the comp to me. They just lost him to Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs offered him more money. You know what I mean? Like, what's doing there? Yeah. How is the Rabbitohs offering Jai Arrow, a future Queensland captain, more money? So I understand that, you know, that there may have been more to it, but surely, like, the Rabbitohs don't have so much cap to be offering Jai Arrow 1.2 million or something like that. Surely they're offering him, like, put it this way, if the Rabbitohs offered him 750, then the Titans should at least match it, like, at minimum.
Because most players will stay unless things are so bad.
He wanted to stay. He wanted to stay.
You can sort of tell. Like, I've seen a few interviews that he's had, like, even the fact about when they've asked him about heading down earlier, and he sort of just shot that down because he seems like he's very loyal to the Titans and wants to stay there.
He's a fucking great
It's almost like he got forced into the decision because the money was too good or whatever. So,
and even like little negotiations things they did, like they would come out and say, we're not going to pay overs for players anymore when the negotiation was happening. So they're basically saying to Arrow, like, don't say that, in my opinion. I know that's their thing, but you're disrespecting a fucking Queensland gun by saying that, because what you're saying is, like, we're not saying your name, but we're letting you know that we're not going to pay you overs to keep you. Yeah. Now, I understand they may have paid overs or whatever at the time for other players, but you don't say that about your best fucking player. Yeah. And he's
homegrown.
He's from the Gold Coast. He went up to Broncos, came back to the Goldie, loves the Goldie.
He's in the middle of the field. You can build a culture around him.
Absolutely, goes all day. Earlier in the year against the Sharks, in a losing side, he ran for 272 metres and tackled for like 30 tackles.
Insane.
That's the attitude you want to build a club around.
That's disgusting. If you bring up that stat, that's disgusting that they're letting a player like that go.
It's crazy. I cannot understand it. You know, they just anyway. So that's happened. It's happened. I think Mitchell Rain will probably get that starting 9 role. It seems like it anyway. Again, this is about, because the problem with the Titans is they're now in a position where you're starting to have the conversation of, like, should the Titans even be in the competition as a club, because it never seems to work on the Gold Coast. Everyone has a subconscious thing of, like, it's the Gold Coast, we have holidays, it's not. Whereas you go to Melbourne, you're going to fucking work. You go to Canberra, you're going to fucking work. So I think this is really about building a culture for the next 2 to 3 years, in my opinion, for the Titans.
Tough first 6 too. Raiders, Eels, Broncos, Roosters, Storm, Seagulls. Tough end to the season.
That's an L.
I retracted it.
Is that what you've seen, Ren, when you quickly retracted that? Don't ever do that on Scope specials again, eh?
Once you say it, it's in the ether.
Apparently you retracted a few of your Scope specials.
No, we just didn't get out in time. Here we go, baby. The Bird Gang. This is the Scopes special for the year. I really like, not just playing for them. I really like their chances this year. Obviously, a big part of it is Turbo staying fit. He hasn't been able to do that the last couple of years. He was missing at the key part of the season, end of the season last year. Yeah, Kempy, anything?
Mate, I reckon they'll win the comp. If I'm going to have to choose someone, I reckon they'll win the comp.
I love that.
Because
I love that. Special. Ice. You're not a fan?
Okay, last year they had something. It was like 15 of their top 30 injured.
Yep.
They were. Jake Trbojevic gets sent off for the jersey pool, which was very debatable. He doesn't get sent off for that jersey pool. They maybe get into the semi, like the preliminary.
Yep.
This is without Tommy Trbojevic. Tommy Trbojevic over the last 4
and Curtis Denan and Joel Thompson.
Exactly. With Tommy Trbojevic over the last, I think it's like 4 years, actually has the best attacking stats in the comp period. Better than Tedesco. Now, I'm not saying he's fucking better than Tedesco, so just fucking relax. What I am saying is, though, is that is the potential that he can bring. He can give you the same as Tedesco has given the Roosters, because ever since Tedesco came to the Roosters, I know it coincided with Cronk, they won back-to-back premierships. You need, every team that wins the premiership needs a crazy fullback, a decent 9, and a good one of their halves. And Tedesco, you've got Cherry Evans, Tommy Trbojevic. Dylan Walker's actually been fucking really solid. Like, he was good in the like
unreal, man.
He's
in really good nick, eh? Really good nick.
You know, what was also impressive is when they had all those injuries, the guys that came in fucking did their job.
Exactly.
And Ruben Garrick's really good looking as well.
Is he the captain?
Of what, Bloke FC?
No way. Actually.
Wow,
yeah, sorry. Apologies.
Wow.
Apologies to
you
your
are
favourite.
clearly not a Bloke FC fan.
I don't even have to. Yeah, that's a
revoke his membership.
As soon as it was coming out, I just couldn't take it back.
That's typical of a Des side. You know, he'll get the best out of anyone. If you don't want to play for Des, or if you don't want to turn up for Des, you don't put a jersey on.
You know,
like, he's a scary human.
Hey,
so I look at what he's done to Marty Tapau and Adam Fanua-Blake's.
Adam Fanua-Blake.
Like,
completely off the piss too.
Completely off the drink.
Yep.
I spoke to his manager, Tyron Smith.
Really?
Yeah. So like
mad quads too.
What he's done for those two players in particular, like they've gone to another level. Jack Kajewski, he couldn't even make the South team. Now he's an intimidator, back row, big kid.
He was unreal in the finals and the back end of the season.
He had an unreal season. I think he's a great player.
Garrick couldn't make dragons.
That's what I'm.
Yeah,
that's what you're getting from Des.
Yep.
If you're not willing to play, you're not going to get a start. You're not going to get a start.
Tafua killed 2 blokes on the week. Yeah, Tafua actually killed 2 blokes last season.
Murdered.
House of highlights.
But Tommy Turbo, if he stays fit, I don't think they can win a premiership. Dylan Walker is still another makeshift 5'8". You know, he plays fast. It's what he do. He relies on his speed. You give him the ball. What happens if Cherry Evans can't control a ruck? He won't create as much, and that's
my point.
It's like a pass.
Yeah, when you got Jakey, you don't necessarily need that ball playing 6.
Yeah.
The big question mark on everyone's been is Danny Levi. Danny Levi comes over for the Knights.
Good point.
They lost Uppy. Uppy goes to Penrith, and then they lose Fonu through off field. The point that I bring up, and you talk about Des. When you go back to that team that Des took to the grand final, and no disrespect to these players, it was Grubb, Mick Ennis, Chris Keating, and Benny Barber. You think about what those guys have gone on and done after that during that period. So he really probably had, like, Benny Barber was unreal during that year. So when we talk about a spine and you got Daly Cherry Evans, Dylan Walker, Tom Trbojevic, and Danny Levi, you don't think he's going to not be able to make that work around that 9. And these is when I find the buys of the year. Danny Levi, a guy like Danny Levi, who's sort of been at Newcastle, haven't been really a great team. Then they get an opportunity where they start to buy a few players, and then they bring someone in his position. Like then they've got Connor Watson, and they're mucking around with that Kurt Mann a little bit, and he just never really gets comfortable. So after he goes through the hard years, he doesn't really get a chance to prove himself. Now he goes to Manly. He's the out-and-out 9. There's no one putting pressure on him, and he's in a gun team. All he's got to go out and do. Deliver the ball nice and early to Ches, make his tackles, and then by halfway through the season, we're talking about Danny Levi potentially as buy of the year.
And he's behind, in my opinion, as a pair, not singularly, but as a pair, Fanua-Blake and Tapau are the best front rowers in the game. As a pair. Their stats, like out and out their stats are. Both of them put up about the same stats every single week. Whereas like Clemmers by himself up at the Knights, Haas is, I'm not saying they're not disrespecting the players around him. I'm just saying when we're talking to the elite of the elite, in my opinion, Fanua-Blake and Tapau are the best pairing in the comp that consistently produce the best numbers statistically. That's just a fact. Behind them is Jake Trbojevic, one of the best players in the game. He's literally the first guy I'd pick to build a club around, Jake Trbojevic. So, and then you got Cherry Evans, crazy experience.
Even Curtis Denan and Joel Thompson.
Yep.
Yeah, Thompson, Joel
Joel's
Joel had
mad.
a good year.
They missed him big time, mate. Speaking to Ches a little bit about it at the end of the season. The guys that filled in did a really good job and they played out of their skin.
Yep.
But Ches deep down knew he loves his back rows. It's probably the best back rows he's had since 15, since the Scope left, you know what I mean? So, mate, Scope and Glenn Stewart on the edge, mate. It's been a long time coming for him. But it's
Do you know what one of their strengths is? They never miss line breaks with their push.
Yeah.
Ches and Tommy
That's true.
Yep.
Once again, they've got two of the best offloaders, and then line break, and then Tommy, Jake, and Ches.
Always on the ball, always in the picture. Yeah.
And Cade Cast is also fucking really good player as well. So they got like pressure around those areas they need pressure around.
Yeah.
Again, you know what? It all hinges on pretty much Tommy Trbojevic staying injury free, essentially.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Put you over the fortress, getting back to being a fortress. Is that what
I
you
don't
mean?
know if it used.
Oh, bro.
I think it lost a bit of its like fortressishness.
Yep.
But I think it has it kind of back with, like, put it this way: every team playing Manly this year are going to be worried about Manly. Whereas before that, it was kind of like, you know, because there was a few years there where they struggled. Guarantee you, every team going to play Manly.
Legs would blow out the warm up, and you knew you're in for a long night.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Yeah.
how long is his grass? It's a grassy knoll.
Storm.
The Melbourne Storm. Smitty's still going.
Still going.
Give it up.
Fucking
They
hell.
don't miss
Seriously,
it.
how do you get out of bed every morning? Oh, I'm
Mate.
going to play footy again.
In the middle at
And you've
9.
done everything 3 times over.
They don't miss a beat, do they, boys?
No, I think
Never.
if anything, you want to have a fucking crack there, Lee, or what?
I'm just chipping. I'll chip in when I
Chip in?
can.
Okay,
I'll
so-
leave it to the experts.
So obviously they've got one of the best looking fullbacks in the game in Pappenhausen. You know, Pappenhausen's first 7 games are actually the best first 7 games essentially ever by a fullback. They were fucking mental as a starting fullback. Now the thing that people like kind of forget is that they got to the semi-finals, got beaten by the Roosters, the premiers, the back-to-back premiers, hectic side with a halfback that hasn't played halfback before. He played most of the year at fullback. That's how strong their side
That
is.
was a confusing move for me.
Yeah, but they still got to the semis.
Yeah.
Another year there,
I love Jerome Hughes.
mate. Fucking gun player, crazy good ball runner. He's playing like it's not like he's playing 6 like Dylan Walker. He's playing 7. You know, like that's a completely different situation.
He's a 7.
Yeah,
I think he's a 1 or a 7.
Who's that, Jerome Hughes?
Jerome
yeah,
Hughes.
but he's only played like 12
Well,
games.
you got to get Big Pappy in there somewhere. So,
course.
So let's find a spot for Pappy at fullback. Jerome Hughes is going to fill in.
I think he'll be.
comfortably
I
that half.
honestly think this pairing this year could be absolutely devastating. Cameron Munster was incredible last year.
Well, look at that spine. That's what you put around that spine. Build a team around
Finucane.
that spine.
Oh.
You know, you look at the Bromwich brothers. You look at across the park. I tell you one thing is about the Storm is that everyone sits down on a Friday night at round 1 and sees what's Melbourne going to throw out this year.
Fucking oath. They are still
That's
like
that team. Like, I don't really want to watch other teams play, but when Storm play, you go, all right, what
and they
got to
kind
offer
of
this year?
if they come out and they like do well, you immediately feel after it, oh fuck, here we go again.
Here we
Whereas
go.
there's not many other teams like even if the Roosters come out and kill it, I still feel there's like a vibe of like, okay, you know, they're fucking good. It's the Roosters, but the Storm are the kind of team where you're just like, oh fuck, here we go again. They're going to be fucking good again.
I think there's room for coaches to be innovative and creative. You know, it's still relying on structure and fatigue. Right now, the game's slowing down again a bit with the refs call and bunker situation. So there's definitely room for the game to grow for a coaching staff to go right. How do we come up with trick plays early in sets to score points or whatever it is?
Yep.
One thing about Melbourne Storm is what they did in round 1 against the Broncos is they moved the ball around. Everyone expected them to challenge the middle. Then they've gone pass, hit a centre down, Chambers down one side, stayed there for a couple of tackles and went pass. Now the Dogs went down to Melbourne and did the same sort of play against them, and they struggled against that.
Yep.
So everyone, you kind of pick up teams across the NRL, start doing a 2-pass, attacking an edge, have a look about staying down that edge, and then if it doesn't work again, let's go 2-pass and go back down the other edge. But you've got to be a really fit side to do that.
They're underrated. Sorry, were you done, Ren?
No, I was done.
Yeah, they're underrated, and you talk about trick plays as well. They actually come up with a few trick plays that you probably don't even really realise what they're doing. They were one of the first teams to do the Smith to Cronk to the other side, back into Cameron Smith, and then on the inside to Slater. Yeah. That's essentially a trick play, but the timing of it and when they execute it is what separates them from the rest of the pack. They don't just do it because it's supposed to be in the game plan.
Yep.
They get to certain parts, they find a spot, they've got back-to-back sets, teams are starting to get tired, and they pull it off. And then it doesn't even look like a trick play because it goes through so easily that it looks like it's just a really nice design play, but it's essentially a trick play.
Yeah.
Well, their game plan has actually changed dramatically since Cooper Cronk has left. Because Munster is not even, I mean, they're literally worlds apart. They've essentially had to get a 9 to run the team. And so Bellamy doesn't get enough credit for that. Like, he has changed his game plan dramatically. Don't get me wrong, but their completion rate wasn't hectic this year or anything like that. They're still, they got great wrestle, they complete, everything like that.
Chicken, brother chick.
Speaking of NRL greats.
Yeah. Can someone get another microphone for the chick right now?
I just think that it's underrated as to how much they've adjusted and how quickly they can adjust. Like bringing little Pappy in and, Hughes to 7. Munster essentially going to run that side when he goes. But you've got a heart. Like, I don't think we've ever seen a 9 do what Cameron Smith has done when it comes to controlling a team that much, where he'll come out, be a halfback one set, go back into fucking hooker. Like, I can't think of a hooker that's ever been that involved outside of the ruck.
Have you ever sat back and actually watched his game? See where
crazy.
He gets his rest? And he's got the game so figured out.
Oh, mate.
It's figured out. He never looks like
he's a grandmaster, like of footy. Grandmaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's a fucking...
We played a game in 13 or 14 against them down at Melbourne, and it went to extra time, and it was like round 10 or whatever, and it was just a war. Like, obviously it's going to Golden Point. It goes into extra time. And we went to a scrum, we walked to a scrum, and everyone's blown. I'm talking, we've got representative players on our team, they've got representative players on their team. And I just looked at Cameron, and he was just...
Sweet.
He was sweet. He wasn't even breathing.
That's got to rattle you too.
Yeah. And it just completely pickled me. And then I remember thinking at that time, I was just like, this guy's just unreal. He's on...
They're proper footy heads. You think back to when Cooper was there and Billy, we played against them down there, and they put 30 on us by half time. And I was walking to the sideline down in Amy Park, and Billy and Cooper Cronk were having an argument over a play. And they had 30 points put on us already at half time. I thought, these blokes just love footy. That's why they're
different mindset.
So great. Yeah.
Well, I think
you got
it's
two
kind of
blokes
like...
arguing over one play that happened at a spare of a moment that they got wrong, and you're up by 30 points. I think these blokes are just...
It's the Bellamy effect too.
So standard.
Because I'd imagine that standard that Bellamy...
That's exactly what it is.
Bellamy's going to pull it up in video, so they're talking about it, organise it now. What we're going to say in video, probably.
What's
your
our
fault.
excuse going to be?
No, it's your fault.
But it's standard external of result.
Those ones are.
Head down like that. I think it's a standard external of the result. So, like, if you execute a play perfectly, they jam in and they make a good read in defence. It's like whatever. If you execute a play poorly, but you still score, I think Bellamy is the kind of coach that essentially says, that's bullshit, mate. Like, you only scored because they fucking did something wrong. I think it was Bo Champion I had on the podcast, and he was saying that same thing. He said, I think they put like 40 on the Titans, and the Titans scored in the last couple minutes, and Bellamy pulled them all in video session, was just like, boys, that's fucking shit. You can get away with it here. What about we're in the fucking grand for whenever, and we fucking pull this shit attitude, blah, blah, blah. So I think it's just this standard that exists regardless of result.
Hectic. Speaking of hectic, they've got a pretty hectic number 14 on the bench there.
That is fucking hectic.
You were in the Maori camp with him?
Yeah.
You impressed there?
Mate.
Like
How
so
can't
good.
you be impressed with him?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Hectic. You actually just want to hang around him, mate.
Mate.
I'm such a fan.
Yeah.
mate.
It's the style of, like, he's cut from the old cloth, He's just like an old... He belongs in the 80s.
Yeah.
He's any era.
Yeah.
He's making a fist of it in this era, and geez, even just a bit of humility, that he's got the last 2 or 3 years playing behind Cameron.
Yep.
No one Cameron's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But he could go to any other
club,
team and be the
any
starting
club.
one. He could pick his team.
Maybe only Raiders and Rabbitohs.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Every other club, like you got Cook and Hodgson, but every other. And I'm not saying that he couldn't. What I'm saying is you'd have the question.
Yep, there's a question.
Yeah. Whereas any other club, absolutely starting hooker, no doubts about it.
Broken jaw. Unreal, mate.
Did he play with a broken
78
cheekbone?
minutes.
Yeah, broken cheekbone, was it?
He's a mad blower too, isn't he? A bit of
And he actually can box. There's videos of him online.
Really?
I wanted to post it, I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's sitting there talking about, just try to keep fit and that. And he's like in the ring fucking with Thingo, and he can actually throw him.
He throws him.
I messaged him on
he's a complete
Instagram.
human.
Mate, he's a complete human. If I was a girl, I'd date him, absolutely.
I messaged him on Insta and
You
I
slid
said,
in his
mate,
DMs?
Well, yeah, I slid in the DMs and I said, mate, how unreal playing that game. Obviously, your performance but playing it with was it fractured cheekbone or whatever? And he goes, "Oh yeah, like it hit a nerve, so I couldn't really feel anything." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." As if you don't feel a fucking fractured cheekbone. Like,
Mate, I'm playing the violin.
Just talking, he probably doesn't feel anything.
Mate, if that was me, I'm playing the violin. I'm organising a 60-minute interview about the fucking broken jaw and talking about my life's journey to that moment. That was incredible.
Mate, I talk about it every podcast I did.
Remember that time where I won the game with a fucking broken jaw?
We'd be talking about the Knights and go, remember that time the fucking New Zealand Maldives versus Indigenous? What? We're talking about Mitchy Pearce right now, so let's roll into him.
Yeah,
or we're talking about Billy Magoulias.
We could do 60 minutes on him.
Billy Magoulias.
Mitchy Pearce, the Scopes pick for Dally M this year.
Ooh.
It's a bit of an outsider one, but I like the chances.
Another Scope scoop.
A bit of a Scope scoop. Now, this is a special, I'd say.
No retraction, take to the
You're
bank.
good at your long specials. So.
I did my best work on futures. Everyone knows that. Knights, I think, I was speaking to Mitchy a couple of weeks ago. We're going to try to get him on the pod as well. I was speaking to Mitchy about his coach, and he just seems really energized. Like, I know everyone, you can sort of say it, but like just talking about the energy that's getting around. Then I spent the weekend and I was watching Kalen getting around, and I was sort of focusing on a few players in particular. I think Kalen's in for a big year, but it all revolves around Mitchy. And it's going to be them two sort of competing for points. But I think, where I've got the Knights, I've got the Knights there at 5th. I think the Knights are going to – Aidan O'Brien what's his name? Aidan.
No retraction.
Is it Aidan O'Brien? Is it Aidan O'Brien?
Adam O'Brien?
Adam O'Brien. Did his apprenticeship. Did his apprenticeship at the Melbourne Storm for maybe 10 plus years, sat behind Bellamy, learnt their system, then went and did the year at the Roosters, which is, if you're talking about being involved in a few squads and realising, sort of figuring out how to build a team. And then you also, after speaking to Mitchy, I really like their chances. Pretty similar lineup to last year. They get that Jaden Bradley comes up from the Sharks. What do you think, Ren? Do you think I'm off the mark there with where the Knights are going to be, or?
Yeah, look, it's. Do you reckon Piercy's been under the most?
Piercy's been unreal the last couple of years, mate.
He's been unreal.
Yeah.
But every year, everyone seems to pick out Piercy.
Yes,
under the most pressure. If he could have easily stayed at the Roosters when Cooper Cronk came in and the pressure valve gets released a bit. But he went, I'm diving straight in. I want to control the team. So what he's done up there, obviously, he had a great year last year. He nearly got Dally M, didn't he?
Was he thereabouts?
He had like 4 man of the matches in the row, something like that, before he got picked. But
he won an Origin series.
Did he get injured?
Fuck,
injured for a bit?
You know what? I'm a Queenslander, but I was so obviously I was devastated at the moment. Nearly fucking fought 3 cunts, would have fucking dropped them. But I was devastated at the moment. But after the emotion settled down, I was so happy for this poor cunt that got put up against the greatest team ever assembled and copped the fucking brunt of the hate. To win a series finally.
Who could win a series against those?
Mate,
Queensland
it's a joke. It's a joke.
It was easy for...
Let's say 2 guaranteed immortals in Cameron Smith and Jonathan Thurston.
And Lockie will be immortal.
I feel like Lockie's sort of in that Freddie area, where it's...
Not up in Queensland, mate, that's for sure.
That's what I mean. But if you ask New South Welshmen about Freddie, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah. So... they're right on the cusp, and then you got Billy's right on the cusp, Cooper's right on the cusp.
Petro still going to receive up.
Did I say GI?
Yeah, no, you didn't say GI.
Far out.
Petro, Webkey.
And then it was Mitchy Pearce and Jared Hayne and Paul Gallen. The pack was all right. The pack was all right, but the back line was just GI destroyed everyone during those years.
Matt Scott came in and feel it was just I mean, so I was just so happy he threw
to win one.
I was pumped.
Imagine
for him,
think about people don't realise imagine the fortitude, the mental fortitude, everything that the cunt's been through. It's the dying seconds of the game. He throws the fucking long ball to Fergus to have the guts to throw that ball. Could have got intercepted. Yeah. Could you imagine the papers gets intercepted with Queensland score?
Hey.
He has the fucking guts. Boom, hits Fergus.
Piercy's left to right is fucking so good though. That's his best weapon. That left to right.
Left to right.
And it's like
to do it in that moment, you're right.
It's like an unsung, like Tedesco's, fuck me dead. Anyone froths on Tedesco, it's me.
Yep.
But for Mitch Pearce to make that fucking big play out of your own end, to go over the top with a cutout ball, people don't understand how risky that is and how many halves have the option to do that play but don't because they're scared of fucking making an error. After everything he's been through, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming he's going to keep that in his, just keep that inside like, fuck, that was I had the moment to win the series and I fucking did it.
It seems like a conversation after this round, but it seems like that's what I heard in his voice. There's almost like a relief, like a chip off the block.
Yeah.
Like he's won a comp, he's won the Origin
Pressure
now.
valve release.
Mate, he just seems so relaxed when I was speaking to him. So I can't wait to get him on.
They've got a good bench. Maitua, Glasby, Esiesi, Guerrera. Like that in itself. Like you got to win. You look at a bench sometimes.
Absolutely.
Like that's the impact that they're bringing on when players get tired. You know what you're going to get out of Clemmer. Jaden Brayley, he's young.
Yeah.
Run me through this
23
Phoenix
or 4,
Crossland. Anyone know much about him? The Crossland, the kid that's potentially going to play 6 for him?
He's injured. He's got
Is
a
he?
he's I think his groin or something like that.
Okay.
He's got about 8 weeks.
Was it Tex Hoy that they were saying they
Sexy
might move him
Texie?
up to the 6?
No, they said that he's a bit away. He's a bit small. Defensively, he's a little bit small at the moment. He wants to play 6, can also play 1. His nickname is Sexy Texie. That is official. So he's a bit away from first grade.
Mason Lino looked all right in the 9s?
Fucking oath he did. Fucking oath. That's a good thing. They've got pressure around that area. The only problem, in my opinion, is that they've kind of they got pressure around the area, but like Connor Watson, he's a starting, in my opinion, he's a starter. And then you got like Tex Hoy, he's now putting pressure on that 6 as well. So it's like this weird situation where you got this like all these really good non-cemented first graders, and it sometimes can make coaches chop and change a bit. You know when you get that weird like Watson's in, because like for example,
Where would you play Connor Watson?
I wouldn't
that's
play
the thing,
lock.
mate. He's too small for the lock. I would, me personally, I would start him at 6, but it seems they're going Kurt Mann direction. I would start him at 6 and say, mate, it's Mitchell Pearce's team. Do what he says when he says it.
Just feed the ball when you have to, run when you...
Exactly. And that's what I would have started with, because I just think he's too good not to start. But it seems like they're going with Kurt Mann.
I think he's a 14. I think he brings a lot of utility value.
Yep.
And you could put him... I know he's small at 13. You can put him somewhere in defence, but when they're on the ball, 10 minutes before half time, he's a nightmare for any middles.
Yeah.
If you can create a position for him. If you put him at hooker or throw him...
Yeah, Glasby's got to start at 13, you reckon there? Glasby was a rock-solid middle for Melbourne Storm for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I find that a bit strange that Glasby's not starting when he was in the Origin side last year.
That's the argument we're having, is where he's Connor Watson at 14.
He's definitely not a 13. He's way too... Like, people have said 13.
Put him in at a
Mate,
13.
if you're Taumalolo or who are you running at, fucking that good-looking guy in the 13 jersey that's also in the bloke side. But you know what I mean? Like, people don't understand the size difference in these forwards and backs. Like, it's not even... Like... Payne Haas is, where is Payne Haas running all day? Whereas even Clemmer, if he was running, if you've got Connor Watson having to make big body contact constantly, it's going to take away from his attacking game.
Yep.
Especially if he hasn't played that. So, I agree with you. I think if he is going to play somewhere, it would be 6 or 1, but obviously Ponga's going to be 1. I agree. I mean, 14, he brings heaps of energy. I think that if you put him 14, unfortunately, you say to him, you are the 14 this year. So make something out of it. Specialise it. Don't bring him in and put him at centre and then fucking put him at 7 and then, you know what I mean? Like, just specialise him there and build a game plan where you're bringing him on at the fucking 22nd minute and 22nd. The game plan is built around that kind of thing.
Yep.
I think Bradman Best could be a breakout. He might even be Rookie of the Year. I don't think he played 4 games last year. Huge raps on him. Fantastic name, Bradman Best. Are you kidding me? He's 19 years old. He's like 105 kilos. And fucking just loves it. Like, aggressive, big, strong ball runner. Scored a try in the first 3 or 4 games that he had. Decent meters. I don't know if he captained the New South Wales side, but he definitely made the New South Wales side coming through. I think his dad had also played NRL. I think.
Colin.
That's one. So I think he could be a schmalky for bloke of the year for Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
I don't know if I agree with putting him on the wing though that this predicted team has. I would keep him at centre because he is such a future prospect. The only problem is Tautau Moga and Heimel Hunt are specialist centres. I wouldn't mind seeing Tautau Moga on the wing because he hasn't really played much footy. He's been injured quite a lot, and he's when he was at the Broncos, he was fucking really damaging. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
North Queensland Cowboys. We just mentioned Tom Alai just in that little segment.
Val Holmes comes back from his little New York Jets escapade.
Yeah. So we talked a bit about Val and the NFL and on the Scope. We love our NFL on the Scope. Does Scott Drinkwater look pretty impressive in the nines?
Yeah.
Val Holmes a fullback. There's a lot to be excited about up in Townsville.
Big new stadium as well.
Nissan Masters.
That definitely helped Para out last year, the big stadium. So they've got their new stadium. First game, I think.
Look, I think this is the year where they're graduating from the little brother in Brisbane. Like, they're not the little brother, but like North Queensland is seen as like the battlers up north. They got a fucking new like they have to move into that next, like they are in a, like even Para Eels have struggled for form, but they're not seen as a battler club. Because I feel like North Queensland have this like battler club mentality. New stadium. This is the year that they step into that elite territory, in my opinion. They have the squad, they have the new stadium. If they don't, it'll really hurt the club long term. Scott Drinkwater was obviously player of the tournament in the nines, which is good to show that his attacking ability is fantastic. Obviously, we need to see what his defence is like. My mail is he's a fucking absolute pest.
Yep.
In a good way.
In the best possible way.
In the best possible way. He even pesters me on social media, and I obviously pester him back. But I mean, you look at that side, like Valentine Holmes, he was arguably the best fullback in the comp before he left, had the most tries, most line breaks. He was incredible.
I've noticed that, like, people in your comments are always spraying, like, oh, Val Holmes was nothing before he left. And like, what are people thinking?
Mate, memories of a goldfish. That's what they're thinking.
Exactly.
Goldfish actually have good memory.
Really?
Yeah. You can't use that.
Scoop. There's a scoop. The scope has another scoop there.
I don't know. We'll Google that first before we go.
You can't retract that. You can't retract that. No retraction. No retraction. No, that's right. Josh Mccoy was fucking mad last year. Yeah, he's a bit of a grub. I love that shit. You need fucking grubs in your team. It's footy. It's fucking footy. And the thing is, like, I'm the winger. I'm the guy that's getting fucking touched up by the grub. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's not like I'm a forward that fucking could hold me own. I'm a winger getting towed up by Josh. The week I left the Broncos, Josh Maguire broke my nose with an elbow. After, I mean, I held him over the try line. I'd be filthy too, but whatever. And so, like, I am I've received it.
It's
like,
a big schnoz too.
I was a good-looking guy before you did that. Don't go to Google for that. Don't go to Google. But so what I'm saying is I have received the grubbery.
Yeah.
So there's no person more
and you
qualified.
Still appreciate it.
Fucking oath. Like, it's footy. That shit happens. And like, so Maguire, fantastic. Their forward pack's fantastic. They reckon Hess is looking crazy. Michael Morgan, he's still fucking incredibly good player. And any team with Jason Taumalolo is fucking arousing.
Yeah.
Isan Masters, good signing from the Tigers as well.
Outstanding. Really good signing. He's hard to defend one-on-one. 10, 15 metres out.
Offload.
Well, 2018, he was picked in the Daily Telegraph Team of the Year. He was the only centre to run over 3,000 metres that year.
Wow.
His offloads are incredible. Like, again, short memory. Like, Isan Masters that year got picked for New Zealand as well. I think he played over in when they got the anthem wrong in America. And so, like, he's a gun.
Yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy that just maybe doesn't suit Michael Maguire's coaching style. Fucking gun. I think it's a great sign.
Yeah, another undercover smoky for not smoky, but he could be one of the buys of the year.
Absolutely. If they don't make top 8, I'll be surprised. I think they should.
Oh, here we go.
A bit
Ready
of
to go? This is all your segment, mate. Go ahead. What do you want?
Para Eels, mate. Mitch Moses, Dally M. That's
Yep.
my shout. I reckon he's got it over your Mitchy Pearce.
You froth over Mitchy, don't you?
He's a good player, mate.
He is.
Good looking too.
Good looking
Yeah,
sort.
good looking, mate.
And I thought he did really well in the trial against the Panthers as well. Like, hit the line well. And, got Gutho.
2 tries.
Yeah, 2 tries. Try-saving tackle as well. That was really impressive.
Josh Mansour, which is an incredibly strong, good-looking man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably don't need a good looking
I've seen
player.
one of his tries where he went through and just looked like, whatever. This is just a trial. I love that confidence, man. He looked very sure of himself.
Mate, he's
Like
got
it's,
Joey fucking Johns teaching him.
Yeah.
The 8th. Yeah, that's the thing. He's competing for 80 minutes. He's slipping in and out of a game, and he's maturing as a footballer. What I like about Para is that they chance their arm. They're a team that likes to play dry weather football, and they'll offload.
Throw the ball about a
throw
bit.
it around. They'll take their chances. Anything that worries me about them is that their wet weather footy, they just don't seem to know how to get into an arm wrestle.
Yep.
That's weird coming from like BA going through the Melbourne
That's
system.
what I mean. But so you
But
can't
you're
have
right.
one
He
without
loves
the
playing
other.
his footy. He loves
They
con
wanna play
games.
footy.
Yeah.
But then when it gets to wet weather footy, and especially you seen what happened in Melbourne when they went down there, you get in an arm wrestle and you can usually break them down and put them away in the back end of a first half. But you look at a lot of people. Like Madison's a good inclusion.
Yeah,
I think
really
he's a
good inclusion.
Great player.
And Regan
Sean
Campbell
Lane had a
Gillard.
good year.
Just re-signed for another 3 years.
Big back rows, big tall back rows. Junior, Gillard, Mahoney, Dylan Brown had good season.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
The other day,
He sounded,
Yeah.
I've seen little clips, man. He's very cruisy, very cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I love that.
How old? 19, 20?
19.
Born in like late 2000s.
You know what I like? I like a little bit of yin and yang sometimes in my halves. It looks like Mitchie can be a bit like rah, like likes to control the team. He's pretty aggressive. Can be like, looks like he goes on a bit of a mood swing, and you just look like Dylan Brown just looks so cruisy.
Not a worry in the world.
Not a worry in the world.
He plays a 5'8" rail well, like in contrast to what Mitchie's doing.
Well, I think because he is with Mitch Moses, people don't understand how athletic this kid is. Like he's got incredible footwork, incredible ball playing. He's about 6'1", I'm pretty sure. He's relatively big for his size. Like, this is an athletic young guy. So I think that once he builds into the game and Mitchell Moses kind of trusts him a little bit more, we're going to find that he's my pick for like breakout star this year. Like he's my pick for breakout star. And what's ironic about the cruisy and the really high end, Gutho's like right in between them in the sense that like Moses is like fucking rah all day, footy. Gutho's like, yeah, but he's also cruisy. So it's just this great like dynamic between them. I honestly think you look at that squad, if they have another good year, we could be looking at the birth of the powerhouse again. Their halves combination, their spine is the youngest on average. Reed, I think it's about 22.5 years old. Reed, Moses, because Moses is 25, Gutho is 25, turning 26, 19, and Reedy is like 21, real young. So they have they already did what they did last year, and then they got this year. They got so much time together. They're all locked in on long contracts. I think
Reed's up this year.
Reed's up this year. I think they'll get him. I'd find it. He should play Origin. At least be called into the squad, I'd assume, this year. Him or Turpin, depends how Turpin goes, or Friend goes with injury and stuff like that. But yeah, their spine, and look at the
wingers. For a young spine,
bro,
you look at that team.
Look at that back line.
Yeah.
I think just I've probably watched Parramatta more than any other team probably the last 5 years, and I always find when they struggle is when they don't have their big wingers rolling forward. So if you look at their shape, once they get into an arm wrestle, once you pass that third set, all their back five shape is just one out running, and they get themselves in trouble. So it'll go like Guffo, then it'll go like the Fergie, and then like Jinko usually comes in and takes the last one, and then all their shape down in the good ball runs off very long percentages, like a 7-3 split, and then Mitch Moses will have to use all three middles, so they need a lot of pieces to be going right. But I find where if you watch them play Penrith on the weekend, Penrith will tip it on off between their back five and create space through there. Next time you watch the Parramatta, just watch them. When they get into a grind, it's very one out, and they can get themselves in trouble, and they lose the arm wrestle through that, because what Lions do is just compress up and then D up. So I've watched Parra so much over the years, and that's when when one of their wingers leaves or goes down, they struggle after that.
When you got Fergo and Sivo, them coming off the back fence, it works for a few games. But then if you are at the good defensive structure and you go, right, I'm going to push these boys in, we're going to get 3-4 in the tackle.
Yeah.
And you know they're not going to pass. That's where Ice is saying that's where they're struggling. If they create that pendulum where they're maybe putting teams in two minds, I just think they could get them out of that.
See, I just reckon like Ferguson has proven, like he does it in Origin, he does it fucking in club.
Done it to the Roosters, does it at Para.
Yeah. He's fucking massive and agile. So like, let's say even if you get three in the tackle, like shooting out, he'll step one of them. And I just think that, like, I see...
an extra forward.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but it's kind of like the Manu Vatavai fact. We play the Warriors at the Bronx, and the video session would be like, every cunt just fucking scream out, I don't want to see him find his front once. And every time he would find his front. You know what I mean? Because he's just so big and powerful. So I get what you're saying, absolutely.
Yeah, but another strategy off that, because Guffo's carry isn't as strong as them. So what the team should be doing is kicking off a 6-4, because once they kick off a 6-4 down the blind side, the wing is up. So once you put it a high and you sort of cage kick it into Guffo, you can really set your sets up like that, where a lot of people kick off a 50-50 and all three wingers are back. But if you set it up for a 6-4 split and sweep down the blind side and get it behind, so the winger has to go all the way around and carry that second carry, I think you can really load up on Para.
I mean, I guess they'll just have to see. Like, basically, I'd assume if that happens, Gutho tries to get that one pass off the bat. Or, like, so for example, Wayne used to say to us all the time, look, I don't give a fuck if you just go directly across the field, get to the middle of the field. So it'd be very interesting to see how they battle that, you know what I mean?
Kick through the line, fucking go get Gutho. The ball landed on his head.
There's one thing, like we were talking about earlier, is attacking in early plays. And when I was at the Lee Centurions, there was a coach there who's pretty creative with the way the style he played, and it was a big job for his back rowers and swingers from the opposite side of where the ball landed to get behind the fucking ball by step tackle 2. So you were an option straight away. So as soon as tackle, the ball went over your head, you see what corner is in, centre, back rower, get back.
Yep, to the wing.
Fullback,
Yep.
just boom, we attack that edge straight away and opens up the defence straight away. Rather than give them an opportunity to go, right, see what's in front of us, we're gonna compress and
Yep.
we're just gonna jam. So I think there's a real opportunity, not just with power or it's across the board, is to attack from fucking early in plays because no one expects you to fucking throw a long pass. Imagine James Roberts getting behind the ball early in a set.
Bruh.
You kick to that side. Imagine
How good's he looking?
the defensive line would just spread straight away.
Yep.
Instantly, as an edge back row, I'm thinking, hang on a sec, I've got James Roberts out
I've got
here.
to pull out
pull
a
a
bit.
step, pull a step, pull
Yep.
a step.
Yep.
That gives them space to get out of dummy half. Someone like Ferguson, someone like Gutho to find their front because they've got shape on an opposite side.
As a winger, if they're coming back and that centre pulls directly back to the line, in my head I'm like, fucking hell, here we go. And the fullback's coming back like that, and I'm just sitting there going, oh no, here comes a fucking long ball. There's 10 metres to fucking defend this guy. So yeah, I'm totally with you. I think it's like, as long as you can make sure that it's safe and everything, yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely something that a lot of teams could work on, especially if teams are doing that. They're kicking fucking low and hard into the corner, and Gutho doesn't have time to essentially go alongside. He can just come get the centre back to the wing. The winger comes around the other side or whatever, but it's going to be interesting.
It's a different style, but West Tigers, you should see how they do it. So Norfoluma will jump out and then someone will run a line. But if it's not on, if everyone's compressed, he'll just zing it straight wide to Luke Brooks, who'll hang out the back, and then he'll just tip it onto his back rower. Watch him do it. They do it really, really smart.
Yep.
Yeah, round 1, Bankwest Stadium, YKTR Sports will be out there. So
grouse, yeah. So
we're going to get around the stadium.
That's another
get a bit of
scoop
content.
for you.
So,
We're up at about 10.
Yeah.
Geez, I tell you what, there's
That'll
many
be a good
scoops on the
game,
scope.
man.
Get out there with all the
That'll be a
fans.
great game, man.
It'd be a mad game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game too.
I haven't been to Bankwest Stadium yet, so I'm looking forward to heading out to that game.
Just quickly as well, like look at like the way we're kind of talking about the Eels, and it may not be, correlation doesn't necessarily mean causation, but new stadium, that fresh new feel. It's similar with the Cowboys. Like, can the Cowboys do what the Eels did last year? Because now we're starting to see go. Like, for example, the year before they won the fucking spoon. You know what I mean? But we're talking about the Eels right now. Like, fuck, this is a fucking good
Well,
squad.
you look at their 17. I've got them in the grand final with Manly, so
Oh wow,
yeah, it's a big take.
that is a bit.
Let's go down the M4
That would be
to the Penrith Panthers. Uppy Carousel is just a picture that's highlighted here straight away. I like that inclusion. I really like
Massive.
that inclusion. He's a really underrated player, Uppy.
Fucking oath.
And he's
Played well
going
in
to
the trial as well.
Yep. Yeah, beautiful. So Jimmy Maloney moves on. Jerome Lua. You got to say that. You got to say it
Jerome
right.
Lua.
Yeah, he's an us. Yeah.
He's an off the cuff sort of player. He's the opposite. He's the complete opposite of Cleary and Maloney. He's got a good footwork.
So it's good. Yep.
You like
the
the balance?
balance?
He left footer?
I'm not sure.
I like Burton though. I'd have. It's a tricky one. Dylan Edwards had a rough start to the year. He dropped a lot of ball, and then that back end of the season, he
re-signed for 2
came
years.
good. He came good.
Yeah, he just re-signed for 2
I feel
years,
sorry
so-
for this kid. He kept dropping the ball, and then he obviously found some confidence. But I don't know about keeping Matt Burton down the side. I'd have him in somewhere, maybe at fullback, or even at the 6 and bring Jerome and put Jerome as the 14. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. It's Coruscant, like you said, he's a massive inclusion to that side. They've got how good was Kickow on the Nines?
Yeah, Billy Army.
Oh my God, bro.
He's built for Nines. I get it, but far out.
Api Coruscant, I think already in, like, when you take into context what a club fucking needs desperately,
Yeah,
he's
look at
already
that
the
pack.
buy of the season. In the sense of like,
Fills the whole purpose.
yeah, he may not be like, maybe Ryan Madison comes out and fucking kills it and we're all sitting here going whatever. But when you talk about like the difference, the change that he can make to that whole organisation with him and Cleary can be absolute so dramatic. It's great because they've got the younger side in the comp right now on average, which is I didn't think that initially when I watched it, but yeah, they got the younger side in the comp. I'm pretty sure on average. So Api Coruscant, he's the value that he can bring is just so ginormous. Now again, he may not set the world alight like say a Madison. He might, he may not, but
It's what he brings to the club and what he does behind the scenes and in the dressing room that he brings as well.
the confidence he's going to bring around that ruck, like just tighten everything up. Give a bit of I'm not saying that people there weren't this, but that professionalism, that NRL expertise that no one sees, you can't fucking measure it, but every NRL player knows it. They know when they run out on the field, they're running out with a young gun hooker that played a few good games, but you don't know what you're fucking going to get. You're running out with Api Coruscant, where you know he's fucking making his tackles, he's good delivery, he's in the fucking
I know
trenches.
a lot of people that have obviously at Manly, he's loved Uppy.
Yep.
He's loved. So, like you're saying, sometimes there are guys that are in and around those teams that you don't really understand. Like they're sort of impact that they can have. I know Ice has played with him before.
Yeah, I played plenty of footy with him, and it's probably the best that I've ever seen at fixing up a marker, like bar none. Like the subtleties into it. If you watched him from behind as like a half and stuff, he's unbelievable, and he can get a forward pack rolling. So it looks like he's not doing much from like the outside eye, but once you're on the field and you see markers biting in him, it's fucking crazy. Yeah. And he's weirdly fucking strong for a little bloke too.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to out wrestle him. Comes from a good like pedigree of Souths, where that little era of fucking all the good hookers seem to be coming out of Souths, but he's fucking strong and he can run. So
big year for Cleary.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. I think. Yeah.
Well, the whole father-son relationship got a bit weird last year, but it has to be a big year for him.
It's almost put a little bit of pressure on him in a way, hasn't it?
Oh, I mean, I'm
unnecessary pressure.
Yeah. Look. I get it, man. I mean, I don't get it because I don't have a kid, unless there is a kid out there that I've never met, so I still don't get it. But, like, that father-son... Like, I understand why a father would do anything to want to teach his son. Like, that is a moment they can cherish forever.
100%.
Absolutely. You get all that. So let's just, like, get that out of the way. But, and I'm sure they're aware of it, it does add pressure. If a normal coach comes in and Cleary's there... You've essentially, like, if a normal coach comes in and Cleary's there is pressure on him, but when you bring in the father, the son, it's automatically magnified. The whole club is Panthers to Cleary. That's what it is right now. And so I'm not saying they can't do that because I rate Cleary. He's fucking 22 years old.
Yeah. Young kid as well.
Young as shit and a gun.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I watch a lot of basketball. There's a guy called Doc Rivers who coaches the Clippers.
Yeah.
He coached his son, Austin Rivers, and he got hammered for a couple of years. And he's ended up going away. The best thing he could ever do was get away from Doc, and he went and played his own. He's actually a really solid basketball player, but every time he made a mistake, it would come up on House of Highlights, Bleacher Report, like all these ESPN, and they're taking the piss out of it being his son, when not necessarily like it might just be an air ball on a three, but like that happens in the NBA.
Yeah.
But because it's his son, like it was just highlighted.
Well, for example, last year, Cleary wasn't even bad last year. No. His defence was fucking some of the best in the comp for a halfback. It just like, but because of the father-son situation, he was just getting absolutely. And again, like, what do? Do you go, oh, son, I've got this one opportunity in our life to do this together at NRL level. I'm not going to do it because you might get some pressure. But imagine if they go on to do something great and build something great at the Panthers. Imagine what they can say as a family, like together.
That'd be sick.
You know what I mean? It'd be the most beautiful moment ever. And also, like, who's to say Ivan Cleary can't fucking do that? Because I know Nathan Cleary can. He's 22 years old and he's an Origin. Remember, he is the Origin half back to back. People forget that shit. Like, back to back Origin half. Yes, he missed the last one, but. And so, yeah, I think he's a fucking gun. I think that it's going to suck the extra pressure he'll get. But if they're going well, I hope they go well in the sense that he can reap the rewards of it.
Just to roll off the back of that pressure, I think it's the first time Ivan's ever walked into a team and expected to win as well. So you think 06 Warriors, they were outside the finals, took them to a final side, went to Penrith, rebuilt that club, went to Tigers, was on that pathway to do that, took him to ninth, and next year is probably going to do it. So that was the first time he went back. You expected to win. You've got the team there, you've got the facilities, your son's pretty much a New South Wales halfback. So by all accounts, by talking to the boys at Penrith, Ive's been a little bit different this year and a good vibe around there, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a matter of like, if they finish top six, like, yep, sweet, but it's that magnified pressure, you know what I mean? It's just that pressure cooker out there that is so hectic enough as it is. Yeah, it's already, fucking oath, it's already fucking oath. But as I said, that's why I think Api Coruscant is so fucking important because, like, the problem with Maloney Cleary was essentially you had two dominant players, ball players, both guns, but in their own right. I mean, Maloney's fucking record speaks for itself. But Api Coruscant is a 9, so he's not the fucking dominant ball player. So I think he is perfect for Cleary. I think we're going to see us up. I think in the trials they look good. In the 9s they look good. Kick out, absolute joke of a human being. Huge person that can, like, bro. One of the steps, he literally did goosey left foot try time in the 9s, and he's 130 kilos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just, you're not supposed to do that.
That was a serious point, boys. That was a serious point.
You're not supposed to do that at that weight, at that height.
No way get Tedavano, man.
Yeah, good signing.
Underrated buy. And Capewell on the bench, he's a jack of all trades. He's a bit like the Scope in a way. He can come on and fill a few positions. So
shit tips.
Latrell Mitchell.
Here we go.
Latrell Mitchell. Here we go. Let's go, baby. This is your domain. South Sydney.
Can't be there. Look, I spoke to John Sutton. He runs the blue shirt.
Yeah.
Nah, look, it's been a big off season, obviously for Latrell. I'm not rapt about him going to one. I think he's better suited in the 3 or the 4, but it's going to be a big ask, and it reminds me of the whole Kalen Ponga moving to 5'8" situation. It's
good point.
really going to put him under the microscope for the first 6 weeks, and then it put pressure on top of Wayne. Do you need to make a change? It's the best move you ever made. I just feel like I wouldn't want that kind of pressure moving from the Roosters to South, and that just shows what kind of athlete he is. That he's put his hand up to say, "Look, give me the one jersey. I'll show you what I'm capable of." It's a hard position to play. Not only what you do with the ball, but defensively, looking at structures and sending players different ways in defensive patterns. It's like it's a big ask, and I'd almost want at least 2 or 3 seasons at another club before, or getting that apprenticeship in as a fullback before I got put there in a situation where you're going straight into an NRL season. So
he's got to learn somewhere, though.
He's got to learn.
What do you mean?
Somewhere.
If you say he goes to another team and learns how to play fullback and comes back to the South?
See, I don't mind him at fullback. He debuted there. I think he scored 18 tries in his first year. He was a top point scorer for Roosters in his first year. I think it was 2016 for the Roosters. So he can play there. I think my biggest issue is immediately starting him there after a 4-week preseason and after everything that happened last year. I would rather, if he comes in late, like he did come in late because of everything that happened, and Roosters essentially forced him out a year early. Put him. The problem is like, who do you drop there? But I think you put him at centre, and you put someone else at fullback. Johnson went really well at fullback in the trials, just to give him time to get that match fitness, give him time to get comfortable, pull the pressure off him a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. If there is any superstar that can fucking pull this off, it is Latrell Mitchell. There is no better athletic player in the competition currently right now. Like, he is an absolute superstar, multiple premiership winning. NRL top point scorer last year, scored the most tries.
Turns up in the big moments.
Moments.
He
threw that pass.
Exactly. He threw that pass. He got him out of trouble against the Storm early in the year, killed it against Tigers when they were struggling. So, like,
can he do it consistently for 26 rounds?
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
That's
the
you can't have a moment ever. You can't have a day off at fullback. Look at what Billy Slater did.
That's the question.
And I know he did an apprenticeship for a long, long time, but to win premierships and to you judge a fullback off what Billy Slater did or Darren Lockyer did at the number 1.
Then Kemp, I played like 3 games.
Kemp.
3 games. They were good games.
That's unfortunately the standard you look at as a fullback is that. What are you doing off the ball? What are you doing on the ball? Are you around the ruck? And then you come into you've left the Premiers to go into a team that's a powerhouse as well, and then you put him straight at a fullback after a 4-week preseason.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd want that kind of pressure.
I would just get time to get his weight down, get his weight way, way down. He needs to lose weight because he's not a big ball runner. Like, people that don't know, fullbacks run for the most Ks easily in a game, usually. And if they don't, they're not having a dig. I played 3 games in NRL, I know. At fullback. Yeah, I mean, still my back's still sore from carrying fucking Lockyer every year, but whatever. No, but yeah, Latrell, I think that people don't realise this. You can tell a lot by a player is how they look physically when they rock out in first season. Now, Latrell's in this tough position. If you fucking had 4 weeks of preseason, you can't get yourself in good. It takes fucking 3 months to get you in good nick, and that's why I would love to see him start in the centres and then go to fullback. But if anyone can fucking do it, it's Latrell fucking Mitchell.
I want to go for a different angle from a different, not all fullbacks have to play the same. So you said Billy Slater's the benchmark. You say Tedesco's the benchmark right now. They're on the ball all the time. But if you're looking at the spine as a whole that's covering up spots, you got Damien Cook, you got Adam Reynolds, you got Cody Walker there. There's enough points in the round there that he might not have to be the guy that fucking pushes up on every play, and he might just have to be the guy that has those class touches off the back.
All the greatest fullbacks of all time have similar traits. They all fucking fit as shit. Like, tell me a fullback that's like the greatest of all time.
Hainesy's the outlier.
Yeah, exactly, but
Hainesy's
but no disrespect to Hayne, he had years where he was, solid.
Yep.
He had 2 extremely good years, whereas like Slater, Tedesco's had like fucking 4 or 5 good years. I'm not saying he's better than Hayne, but I want to say the best fullbacks have all a similar trait. They're fit as fuck and they've got a high work rate.
Does Latrell just need to have 2-3 good years at fullback playing the way his style, and then his legacy's etched in history forever?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Latrell, if there's any superstar that can reinvent, like look at Whiten last year. Like he didn't reinvent the big six, but he's kind of brought the big six back. And Latrell could do that because Greg Inglis for a few years there when he was fullback, he was much lighter though, much lighter than he ended up at the end of his season. He was incredible. So.
Look at the 9 and 6 and the way they play. They play off the cuff. What's in front of them. So if you're not on the ball when Cook goes. You're not fit.
And Murray's moved out of the centre as well.
With Cody Walker as well.
See, the thing with drifting in and out of games and put fitness aside, I know that's a big part of it, but like when you're at centre, you know, when you're edge back row, fuck, you can drift in and out of games, bro. Yeah. When you're at fullback, you're in, bro. You're in. And
well, you even look at his activity. I thought there was some fucking great touches in the trial matches, but he didn't have a high amount of hit ups. He wasn't, and he can't. He's had fucking 4 weeks of preseason, so I think we just got to be patient with him. If anyone can do it, Latrell do it.
Yeah, let's judge him after round 10.
Yeah,
well, I've been insane. You know, like he's a superstar. You know, like
he's got GI at training every day.
But what I'm saying is like he's a huge signing to the Rabbits. Like for example, let's say Broncos sign Ponga or something. I know it's a positional change, but we wouldn't be saying let's wait till round 10. You'd want results, and I think it's fair to ask Latrell to perform as a fan of the Rabbitohs. I'm not even a fan. As a person, I agree. As a mate of his, I'm like, mate, just give him time because when he does click, holy fuck me, dead, it'd be hard tackling him.
No doubting how he's raw talent. He's amazing. Yeah. He's a freak. He's a freak in nature. It just adds that little bit of pressure. Like I said, it's that Kalen Ponga feel to it, going to 5'8" and seeing if the experiment works. And then it's either a genius or is it ingenious, the opposite of genius?
Ingenious. I don't even know.
It's a new word here on the Scope. It's a word.
But we know what Wayne Bennett ever did. One thing that I don't really like is putting Cameron Murray to an edge. I know the science behind it.
I don't like it either.
They're basically putting him onto an edge so he can get bigger minutes out of him. So keep him out in the field for 80 minutes, 20 minutes into the game, bring him into the middle. Takes Damien Cook out of the game because he's got the best out of all the 13s of the game. He's got the best footwork. He's got the best quick play of the ball. Damien Cook plays off the back of that. You put him out on edge. He's no threat to a half.
Yeah,
and that's no disrespect. I just think
he's not going to miss a play, Cameron Murray.
I just think he's a middle.
Yeah, what do you got, Lukey?
How much of a loss is Sam Burgess?
That's what I was going to say.
Gigantic.
You looked at me a little note. Did you look
is
at
that
the
your
note?
note? I was trying to sound smart.
Two last points on the Rabbitohs before we move on. The Latrell factor, if Adam Doueihi starts well, the West Tigers, as well as Latrell starting slow, that's one thing to watch out for because that's going to build the pressure as well. Because
that's just media speculation, though.
No, not media speculation.
It all matters.
It matters, mate. It matters. So if he's not getting it together for a little bit, I've got South finishing 9th. I think they start slow, they get it together halfway through the season, just miss out. But they start to build for next year.
Just a quick little point with Latrell. He's on about, I think it's at $650 a year, and they've got an option in the favour of the Rabbitohs. $650 a year for a centre. It's basically he's got both covered Wayne.
Yeah.
So they actually could be like, look, we'll try him at fullback. $650K for the best centre in the world. We'll take that as well. So Wayne's actually they got an option in the club's favour.
Yeah.
And the Roosters are chipping in a lot of his contract this year. So from the Rabbitohs' perspective and managing the roster, they've got the best. They could literally be sitting right now on the best fullback of all time, in my opinion. They could be. I'm not saying he will be. I'm saying he has the potential to be that. If not, they could be sitting on the best centre in the game, potentially the best centre to ever play the game.
Well, before we move on, Sam Burgess and John Sutton, they're the heart and soul of that pack and have been for the last 5 years. You've touched a lot on Latrell on the back line. Mate, that forward pack.
Well, you take Sam out, you take GI out, you take Sutton out. 3 massive leaders within that club. Probably a big part of the reason why.
We talked about Uppy with Penrith, about how much people love playing with Uppy, how respected Sutto is in that area, in that team.
That's why they've kept him around the club. And, that's where Adam Reynolds is it's a big year for Adam. He gets the captaincy.
I'm looking forward to seeing
now. There's a new era. Who's going to stand up in this forward pack and take Sam's spot?
Well, no one will take Sammy's spot. The only guy I can see is Sewer.
Jaden Sewer. Or Liam Knight.
They've got big raps on him.
I like Liam Knight.
I like Liam Knight But when it comes to shooting out of the line and aggressively dominating the opposite forward pack,
Sammy's been talking a lot about Jaden Sewer.
Sewer is the guy that will do
He's
that.
young, he's fairly young.
He's fairly young, came from the Broncos. He was touted as like, everyone's I was touted in XPW. I mean, I kind of fulfilled that role, but he was touted as that growing up. But he is fucking very aggressive. He actually, like Boyd Cordner, came shooting out the line in the Roosters. So he loves it. Now, again, he's never, maybe he'll be Sanders, but the chances are very small. But when it comes to enforcer, I think Wayne is looking to him to be enforcer.
It's lost when you look at
what's Sewer? I know. Well, the problem as well is they got the. So if you did get the head up, Mago, who was also fantastic off the bench, Patrick Mago.
He was on a trial.
He fucking ripped his.
Sutto said to me, mate, this kid has got ball skill. He's incredible. Now he's torn his pec.
Yeah, I know.
Pec.
In the charity game. Charity game.
Yep, Sutto and Sam.
He had incredible stats. He was he had
80
3
points
line breaks,
80 points in fantasy.
Yeah, something crazy. He had 2 line break assists, 1 line break, 7 tackle breaks, a try, and maybe a try. It was crazy.
Just get the ball to the Jet,
mate.
Yeah,
shredded out of his mind.
Yeah, Sydney.
Big year for
fellow roommate of the kennel, Corey Norman. Let's head down.
On the Dragons,
Brother Norms. Let's go to the Dragons.
All right, I'll speak.
Yeah, Normie, we are a long-term
2010, one of the best debuts you'll ever see. Played fullback. Held 2 dudes up over the line. The game was in the balance. I think it was 24 all. Normie had an incredible game. And then, I think it was the 74th minute. It was about, I think the Broncos got the ball 40 from their own line, spun it, and then this winger scored a 50-metre try to win the game. Anyway, it was a great debut from Normie. It was a great debut from Normie. But yeah, it's honestly, his debut at fullback was one of the best debuts you'll ever see. It was fucking incredible.
And about the Dragons?
What I was going to say is What I was going to say is Corey Norman is so fucking unbelievably talented. People don't understand. He's got everything you need to be.
It's a big season for him.
It's a huge season for Normie. Definitely, I thought last season he was really good. The hard thing is I feel like there's just something missing in the Dragons, and it's just a weird situation because they've got the squad.
Jack DeBellin's missing.
Yeah, he is missing. That's definitely. But I just feel like there's this disjointedness. They don't have a long-term fullback there at the moment. Normie went back there for a bit. Widdop went back there for a bit. And it's like that Broncos situation we were talking about where the spines haven't really played each other. You keep moving shit around. Cam McInnes is now injured. And so it's just they just need to get settled on a fullback, 6, 7 and 9.
Who would you take? You've got your Lomax, you've got your Tristan Sailor.
Well, Lomax has had raps on him for quite a while as this next big thing. And so I think he's got first dibs. Tristan Sailor is still relatively young, and so I think it'll be a fight between them. The problem is you've got to stick with someone so that Normie can get the timing of out the back, short lines, all that kind of stuff. So
that's underrated, though.
And mass 1 second too slow, 2 second too early, and you've ruined the whole play. And you only let's say you get 50 sets in a game. Out of those 50 sets, you might get 20 opportunities to nail that play.
Yep.
And out of that play, you may only go out the back 10 times. So out of 10 times, you might get red 5 times. So you got 5 opportunities in a game to nail it perfectly. And so that's why combinations matter, in my opinion.
Yep, big time. Anything else there? Rendaddy, you
late for work.
yep.
No.
Do you need to get out of here? It's all right if you've got to leave. Yeah. That's
Love
all right.
Paul
We'll
Vaughan.
finish it off. We'll get Ice to jump in your spot if you have to cruise whenever you've got to go.
Not your replacement.
What's the
Not that
pre-game
we're
at
trying to
the
replace
kennel look like with Scope there at the kennel? Any morning
Normie,
massages or
mate? Normie seems pretty focused, eh?
Yeah.
I've known Normie for since 15 pretty well. When I lived when I was playing at Manly with Leary, and
Bandwagon.
he's always been
bandwagon.
He's
I've known him
always
since 2009.
yeah, way back. But since from the time that I've known him, he's always been a bit of a knockabout.
Yeah.
Pretty very laid back. Yeah. He seems pretty focused. I think he's very aware of the position he's in this year. And
well, it's legacy, I think. I think, I think people forget, Normie is that knockabout knockabout fun bloke.
He wants to win though.
But he is a fucking good footy player, and I think that he personally would want to be remembered for an extremely good footy player, not fun normie that he was good at footy, but brother Normie's the funniest dude in the world. You know what I mean? I think I think he realizes that his legacy here, and we talk legacy like it's dramatic. I'm not saying like it's a dramatic thing, but I do think that he would rather be remembered as an incredibly good footy player and then a funny bloke.
100%. He's the ultimate locker room guy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But you're right. It's important season for him. Trent Merrin comes back after a pretty, I don't know, it's an average stint over there. He wasn't going that well for Leeds, but he's, just some players are too good for the Super League.
Yeah, I had that problem my whole career, bro.
Trent,
so I never went there.
That's why the Scope played 4 of his best over there, because, he just fit in straight away.
Just a battler.
Because he's just a battler, and I did my best work at Wakefield when it was just all battlers in that team. But Trent Merrin, it was almost, he was a step in front of him, and that can sometimes a bit like rattle him. Like he was playing some footy, he had a nice little step, he was breaking the line, he was offloading the ball, no one's there.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I mean?
like it's like sometimes you see players go back to resis and they fucking struggle.
Yep.
They get into first grade, and because they've just got their specific job where, as you said, they offload or something, and someone's boom, there's right there. Whereas like there's some people in resis that kill it, and they get into first grade, and all the holes are way smaller, and they're getting absolutely rissoled.
It says a lot about his character to bring him back, because like Tyson Frizzell's played a lot of footy.
Yeah.
James Graham's played a lot of footy. Paul Vaughan's, he's back coming off the back of Origins. Taz come through injuries. Like it's kind of,
it's a season pack.
It's an aging pack. You know what I mean? They've played a lot of footy.
Are you reading my notes as well?
I mean, then someone like to bring Mez in, and you think, well, that says a lot about his character and what he brings to a team and what his capabilities are. Like, they could have went out and bought someone a lot younger with far more potential, but that just shows who he is as a character and what he's done for the game, and obviously well respected within that group.
The biggest issue for me is their backs, and not issues that they can't play. Is that a lot of them are rookies, so Saab, Lomax, Tristan Saylor. If let's say they get the wing spots, Lafai has actually had some incredibly good years. 2017, he was fucking unbelievable. At the Doggies, he was fucking.
Fair amount of highlights. That kid, he's got a good
gun.
Pass. Yeah.
Ewan Aiken, he's had good years and solid years. So like their backs,
there's a lot of question marks there.
Exactly. Whereas you compare their backs to say a fucking Parramatta Eels or something.
Yeah. Well, you compare it to their forwards. You know, even though they're aged, you know what you're pretty much going to get out of all of them. Throughout their careers. They've done it for a long time. You look at their backs, and it's a young man's game in the back line most of the time. But still, like, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm going to get out of Tristan Saylor and the winger Saab. And
could be
and
fantastic.
Lomax, so.
But it's very rare that you get like that back three there. If that is the side, Saab, Lomax, Saylor. People, I mean, I know I'm a winger, and we hang out with footy players. Mad joke, I've heard that before. But like, people
wingers only score because they're marking up against other wingers.
Oh my god! It's like a knee slap of that one. No, but people forget how important that back three connection is coming out of trouble.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse as a pack when you've got these backs that aren't having it, like scooting out, doing all the hard yards. Like who was like it's honestly kept the Warriors in the fucking. Like in even close to the top 8 is their back three coming out of trouble, just so hard to handle.
There's nothing more deflating than seeing your winger just getting rissoled when you're trying to get behind the ball, and he's getting dragged back even further.
That's why I was the most hated
behind the ball.
That's why I was the most hated bloke in my team, because I constantly got rissoled over the sideline. Just getting jerseys.
Kicking to Kemp, he's putting.
Fucking hell! Just don't take a scoot, cunt. Just tip it on.
Tip it on,
mate.
Here we go. The champs.
Champs.
The champs. I'm already looking at this team. Ryan Hoare in the centres. That's not going to happen.
Nah.
he can't even
play there in the Charity Shield.
Crichton got knocked out. But
who's this? Is this Vossy's Verdi?
mate,
It's awful.
No, I tell you what, Vossy just
put in centre.
he just loves a left field throw in. I reckon.
He's too good a winger, Tubes.
They're going to
Tubes is the most underrated winning
They're going to try to get that Josh. They're going to get Josh Morris, aren't they? That's just the Roosters' move. That's just like what Roosters do.
It's just hard for Sharks to let someone go.
Yeah, I don't think they let him go. I don't think they let him go. Not initially, especially with 3 injuries right now. Like I know the scoop. I only found out 20 minutes ago because I got the Scope scoop that Moylan is all good. 20 minutes. That's fresh off the press. Fresh off the press.
Wow.
And so I think once they have injuries, but I mean, I think the Roosters. There's no fucking problems there. The only thing I talked about this on my own podcast. The only issue, and it is not an issue, But if you had to nitpick,
'Cause that's-
they got fucking oosed 58-0 their reserve grade side by the Newcastle Knights, and it was most of the points were scored when the Newcastle's Knights, not first grade side, was on. So the first try was scored
So
in
the
the
depth
24th.
isn't as strong as you.
So I worry, again, I think that the Roosters' first grade culture is so good that the people that they do bring in, but for example, let's say like last year they lost Cordner, Hargreaves, Kiri for a bit, Cronk for a bit, Friend for a bit. So they managed that. But the problem is now they don't have Latrell and Cronk. So if they have the same amount of injuries, they've also lost Cronk and Latrell. So they're dealing with an even bigger depth issue. If they have the same amount of injuries that, say, Manly have, can they handle it the way Manly handle it? They probably can. I'm just saying, if you had to fucking nitpick anything, I mean, this side is fucking
Billy Smith's
incredible.
a big loss. Wow.
Massive loss.
Joseph Manu, man, like he's come on unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like he's the
Best centre in the comp.
I'd say he's the best centre.
If you took his both final series, he was the best centre in the comp. He was incredible 2018, 2019. So big games, he fucking loves it. I think the biggest question for me is was his season still solid, still really good, but because Latrell is the other centre, I mean, that's why I went bad at the Warriors, is because Manu was the other winger. It wasn't because I was shit. It was because they were giving him the ball all the time. No, but, for example, you have these, like, superstars, like Latrell on the other side.
He came off contract last year, didn't he?
They re-signed Manu, yeah. And so, like, I wonder if the reason why he hasn't been... Like, he is the focal point of their attack now, Joseph Manu. So I think it is a breakout year for Manu. I think this is a perfect opportunity to take those last finals footies that he's been incredible. What are you laughing at?
It's funny you say it's a breakout year for a guy that's won 2 comps and played for his country.
But it's because Latrell's
You're right, though.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
Because like, does most household names are only just jumping on the Manu bandwagon. But I've been on it since. When he was born, I was there, saying this guy's going to be the best centre in the game.
I'm actually his father.
was he hanging out with Normie in 09 as well? Was he?
He was there too. But yeah.
Kyle Flanagan, he's got he
it's
showed
a big
a lot
one.
of class. He showed a lot of class.
He had a
for the
higher
Sharks.
win percentage than Sean Johnson. Not to say he's better than Sean Johnson, but he actually had a higher win percentage than Sean Johnson last year at the Sharks.
I think he's a good player, and he looked like Kiri. I love the way Kiri plays. He's
Fearless.
He plays eyes up. Like he plays what's in front. You see what he did in the grand final. That's what I don't see enough of out of halves. I don't see what's in front of him. He'll look down. The game's in slow motion. I look down a short side, count numbers, go, we're going to go back to the open. We're going to play one here. I'll look back there. No, we're going to go open again. BJ, slow retreat, grand final, takes a short side, boom, win the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's not many halves that watch the playing games like Kiri anymore. Got good leg speed. He's a grub.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah, best
he's what
way.
you want from a half. He's a tough little prick. He's the reason why Roosters will go back to back.
Yeah.
And then everything else just fits into play. Radley, Takiaho, Hargraves, Friend, Crichton.
Warbo
where's
on the
their
bench.
weakness?
Yes.
At what point do you say we're going to attack who? Where?
Oh, absolutely.
There's no weakness in that side.
He looked really good in World Club Challenge, Flanagan as well. And he literally just needs to go in there, make his tackles and pass the ball solidly for his first year. They got one of the GOATs, Victor Radley, Victor Bra, in there just fucking flying it. Like, I fucking love that cunt.
Oh, he's sick.
So you got Radley, you got Crichton, who played a lot of centres in rugby union coming through high school. So I think he'll actually be good at the centres. I think that.
How do you look in that? I missed the club challenge. How do you look in
He
that?
got knocked out, so he didn't get much to do. But the thing is like, especially when I used to play, with Wayne, he would always have like a fucking strike centre like Honcho, and then like a fucking toiler like DeVere, and he would balance sides out really well like that. He would have like a strike side and a toiler side that would just get through a million tackles. Yeah, Stevie Michael's just grinding. And so I think that Crichton could be that grinder, but also that fucking mad inside shoulder and just ripping your shoulder off a half's nightmare. And so Daniel Tupu is the most underrated winger in the game, easy. And you obviously got Orbo on the bench, premiership winning halfback. And so I just think it's a fantastic... They got no weaknesses. Yeah,
before we move on, Kiri, he's going to be thereabouts for the Dalian as well. We talked about footy heads. Kiri's the ultimate footy head. If we're talking about there's 10%, 15% footy heads, he's the big dog. Like you're right. He plays footy when he should play footy. He's looked up to guys. He was on the pod and he talked about looking up to guys like Glenn Stewart and Kieran Foran and those guys who I know are footy heads and like footy players. So
he's quite intelligent too.
He's the last of the dying breed in terms of natural footballing ability. He's still came through the structured style generation, but he's got the old style of playing what's in front, and that's what gives me the shits about footy these days is that not enough players or teams are playing what's in front.
Is your boy Kiri?
Yeah, we were on Neighbours growing up.
On Neighbours or
Neighbours?
You were
No,
Neighbours?
we were Neighbours
Oh,
growing
okay.
up. Mad cricketer as well. Gun
Yeah.
cricketer, yeah.
So
Same thing. You're on Neighbours together. I'm like, fuck me.
I knew your face. Fucking Ramsey Street.
so a few front yard touch games back in the day.
Taught him everything he knows, sort of thing. So, nah.
You know what the Scope's like? He takes credit for things that he probably shouldn't be doing. So.
Nah, Kiri's a good lad. It was good
You're a
catching up with
bandwagon,
him.
mate. You don't even know the bloke.
No,
the
it's good.
New Zealand Warriors.
Roger Tuivasa, that's it. No, I'm joking.
I think they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, Jackson, for the next couple of minutes.
It's a pretty underwhelming roster.
Got to be the most frustrating side in the comp. Just in the fact that like their potential is always crazy.
I don't even think they've got that much potential this year when I look at that lineup. Like, oh yeah,
Bro,
that's fair.
their
That
back three at any club.
Yeah, Kemp playing both wings.
Yes.
Bit of an
In the
error
big
there.
league.
They don't even need 13.
Well, see, he
They
does
just
it on
need 12.
purpose. He does it at a G-up. He sits back and goes, boys, I'm going to stitch these boys up. Everyone reading it's going to be blowing up.
That's, what's going on, Vossi? Kenny's playing left wing, Mamalo's playing on the right. What's
Could you imagine at Fusatua and Mamalo, at the Eels, Roosters, fucking Manly, these guys, like Mamalo is a joke coming out of his end. Like I think even in the trial, he was incredible with his meters made. Like their back three is the best. Essentially, like if they're not the best in the comp, no one's better than them. Well, just a quick point on that. Like,
No, just my theory on that. We've talked about this in the past. I was like, I feel like the Warriors, it's like Cool Runnings, when the Jamaican side tries to be like the Swiss side. I feel like Warriors are trying to be like Melbourne, where they've grown up watching Ali Lawatiti and Sean Johnson and Benji Marshall and all these Kiwi idols sidestepping, offloading and passing. Why don't they just play their natural style? And if they lose, they die on their own sword, beating their own way. And that's the biggest issue I've ever had with the Warriors.
well, I just think a quick point with that, like from an outside looking in, I think people don't understand the extra pressure that comes with being called the New Zealand Warriors.
I've always thought that.
Whereas, like, if I'm Melbourne,
Yeah.
but like, whereas when I'm selecting a side, for example, when they select their squad, they have to have in their head a lot of these boys need to be Kiwi because, like, and so whether that's a good or a bad thing, I'm not judging that. But what I am saying is, there's no other club has that problem. There's no club called the Australian fucking Kangaroos or whatever. I mean, there's a whatever. But so I think that's actually an added pressure. Whereas like that, so that's a constraint that exists for the Warriors that exists for no other team. Melbourne Storm, all that they pick their side, and it's whoever they think is the best, whoever they want to recruit. Plus, obviously, the fact that recruiting over there is really difficult. But I definitely think being the New Zealand Warriors is an added pressure because it might work in your favour. Maybe New Zealand does have the best footy players. But what I am saying, it's a factor that exists for them that doesn't exist for anyone else.
You look at just look at the Super Rugby, for example, or even the All Blacks. Is that we used to get the All Blacks come to a lot of the Bulldog games. There's a lot of talent that are playing rugby, and I know you had Artie on the other day, and he sort of toured at the idea of playing league, but there's no shortage of talent to put in that Warriors jersey. Like a lot of them play
right.
rugby or league, and they love both.
It's not the talent. Like I'm telling you, it's not the talent. It's the systems.
Who do you think should be a coach? Would you put a Bellamy? Do you think a Bellamy could fix that problem?
Oh, man,
or are you saying that
100%.
unstructured?
If they could have got Bellamy years ago or whatever, do you need to
Sorry,
go?
boys, I gotta go.
Yeah,
I
sweet
gotta
as.
go. Another podcast.
Yeah, beautiful. So do you need to get out of your two, Ren? We've only got the Tigers to go, so
I've got to be in Coogee before.
Tigers, love Leilua brothers. If Madge can get something out of them, they'll be awesome.
yeah.
I still think it's a building year. They need maybe one or two more recruits. I love Adam Dooley at the back.
And quickly, winner, Daly M, top try scorer, wooden spoon.
Top try scorer. I'm going to go. Oh fuck.
Winner, Daly M. Just about.
Daly M. The winner. I'm going to go Manly. Daly M. Tom Trbojevic.
Beautiful. Thanks for coming in, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for
the beers.
Yeah, thanks for the beers too.
Yeah, I'm off there. Good to see you, mate.
Thanks, brother.
Good to see you. No,
Appreciate
worries
it.
at all. Anytime.
Yeah.
Kepi.
Rendaddy, Tigers before you got to get out of here.
No, I don't want to go past the Warriors situation
Okay.
because I don't want to skim past it. But
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Who would be the right coach for the Warriors, and I completely understand. Nothing more than what I'd like is to see teams play ad-lib footy.
Yeah.
And bring back the offload and not worry about completion rates and possession and all that sort of shit because it ruins the style of play. But that's what you got to do to win comps. That's where I don't know.
Robbo would go with it. Like, obviously Trent Robertson, but if we're talking about coaches, he'd know how to adjust to that sort of system and be able to play a little bit of footy. I know we didn't want to brush over him, but let's come on. We've got one last team to go. Benji Marshall and the West Tigers. I wrote down, what did I write down for them? A few discards that have got a point to prove. The Lalea brothers are obviously there. Adam Dewey's been moved on.
I think it was like Louis yesterday where he come out and said, "Who's the best centre?" And he's
That's
like,
mad.
"It's me."
That's mad.
It's a what kind of word is it for the Tigers? They go into every season and it's just with this. Are they going to? Since 05, it's like, where are they going to come this year? They've always had this sort of knack to be rocks or diamonds. They're going to put 40 on a side or get beat by a 40. And then you got someone like Mccoy who comes in. That's a non-negotiable. He wants to tighten everything up.
Yep.
And they showed shades of it. Probably 2/3 of their season where they were, well, not so much 2/3, but a third of their season where they showed some real backbone, some fight in their defence, and that was sort of the Maguire effect. Adam Dewey is a massive signing. I'm pretty disappointed South let him go. I know there's dollars and cents behind that. Joey Leilua, good inclusion to the club.
Opportunity for Dewey as well. Like he wanted that chance. I thought. In the final series, he played really well, and he just wanted a chance. He must have, he's done his time at South, and he just wanted a chance to be the number one. Yep. So, good on him.
Josh Alawai, I've got big raps on him.
Yep.
I think he's got a big body with great footwork. I look at the side and you just think
it's an underwhelming pack though. Like there's some
Alex Toll's had a good year.
There's some nice plays in there, but just a lot of good first graders.
It's hard for me to have an opinion on this side. I mean, I've got some good, my best mate's playing in the centres as well.
So you want them to do well, don't you?
I obviously do want them to do well. And I think Benji as well could be potentially his last year. You want him to see at least make a final series.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced or not over the moon about their lineup at the moment.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think, Lukey?
That's pretty much
I just reckon it'll be good to see like Benji almost like cement his legacy for the club in the last season.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They should be playing for him and his legacy around that. I reckon that's a big call. And good to see Joshy Reynolds being able to start a hooker as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for it's been
probably the best thing. He's probably like
tricky
itching for round one. Yeah. Round one versus Dragons, just win stadium.
Yeah.
So
So what do we think, boys? We got Kempy's just as he was leaving. Winner and Dally M for this year. You like Ren?
It's hard for me to go past the Roosters again. I don't see any weaknesses on their side. If they say injury-free, obviously depth is a bit of a question mark. I'll go with the Premiers. I think they can make it a three-peat. Dally M, again, I like Kiri.
Yeah.
If he stays fit, he doesn't get any concussions.
It's hard to get away from him, eh? It took me a couple of times to just like find a bit of value, and then I'm going back to Kiri all the time, but...
I think there's a conversation to be had for someone as sort of a team as strong as the Roosters and so many talented players within a side to still pick up 3 points every week.
Yeah.
And then you've got someone like the Warriors.
Tedesco going against Cronk and Kiri all the time.
So they're competing against each other.
And Latrell,
And this is no mock on any or knock on anyone that's won it before, but when you're in a side as strong as the Roosters and with so much class across the field and you can still pick up 3 points every week, I think that puts a bit more value onto the Dally M medal.
Yep.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said before, Michi Moses for me in 7. I reckon for the Dally M, I reckon he's just what he brings to Para. He effectively controls the middle of the pitch, and he was getting a lot of 3-pointers towards the back end of last year from memory as well. So I think he'll continue that. And then I got to back the Eels as well, the spine for the Prem. Manly Para grand final, I'm sort of with you on that too, I reckon. That'd be mad.
Fucking hell.
It's always a good game, Manly Para, regardless of where it is or what the situation is. But, I got to back Para for that. The spine's too good. Like, sitting next to Reed on the potty, he really impressed me the other day in the office.
I've seen little clips and just the way he speaks and how...
Mad footy brain. Like, he's getting in trouble for watching too much footy.
Yep.
And, like, I think, especially from a hooker, a guy that controls where the play goes,
yep.
I think 100%, like, he can just set the platform, quick ball to Moses when he needs it, and then...
He's got a bit of shit about him too. He took Cameron Smith on last year. I like that.
100%. So, loves a little bit of a scrap, but...
The scope.
I got Manly winning. I got Piercy for Dally M, I think.
Back against that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so anything but that.
all right,
Scope special.
everyone's been looking out for it. The Supercoach Scope. You've rallied a few of the boys up for it, have you?
Yep. So Rennie's are you gonna play with us, Ren? You gonna
jump
do
in.
super coach? Do it for a bit of fun.
Yeah, I'll do it for a bit
we
of
put him
fun,
on the
yeah.
spot.
There's 2K on the line, so the
Hocko.
winner 2K worth of YKTR gear. So everyone's
you haven't got
frothing
any,
at that.
You haven't got any gear off.
Might be the first time you get some kit.
And
But
we've got Hocko's in, Greg Bird's in as well, so Chico's going easy.
But the Supercoach code, guys, it's going to be in the swipe up of our story tonight. It's 572345. Apparently, it was hard to use it in the app. It was better on the site, but we're just going to have the swipe up in our story. So it's going to be mad. 2K worth of kit. Look fresh at the end of the season. That's the summer drop at that time of year that you'll be able to kit yourself out in. So
Beautiful. Looking forward to all that kits. That's the grouse. That's a wrap.
that's a wrap. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone.